Hello there, ladies, gentlemen and unicorns. Welcome to my first dual stream. So I'm trying to stream this both to YouTube and Twitch, and I've been trying to get this to work for the last couple of days, and today in 3 hours. But please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I will just check out the chat here because I'm using restream.io, and apparently it relays between the two chats. So whenever you see something that's called Restream.io in the chat, that's probably me talking to Twitter and to Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, let's have a look at the chat. There is an echo. Wonderful. This is not good. How about now? Is there still an echo? Please let me know. Most important question, are you the current Phil or future Phil? Right now, I don't know. With all these kinds of lag going on, I'm both in the past, in the future, but never in the present. So, what's the chat saying? That's Twitch. It's gone. No, it's okay. Echo is gone. Wonderful. I had here some mic aux input still there going on OBS. So as soon as this returns, please let me know in the chat and the comments. Okay, so I can close at least one of those many tabs that I have open to monitor this track. But so far, things are looking good. Thank you so much for dropping by. First, congratulations on everyone who participated in this Ludum Dare 46. I think if you've followed Mike Kasprzyk on Twitter, it's been the biggest Ludum Dare event so far. It's like we got thousands of submissions. And I mean, it's great that more and more people are being aware of game jams and that they are trying their hand at making a game, whatever this means. We all know we can start with something simple such as Twine, and then work our way up there, or as in my case, work my way around it and then back, and then yes, but no, but yes, and Unity, and then it's Game Maker again. But I will probably go into this in much more detail in the upcoming Ludum Dare Postmortem. So we already have a couple of concurrent viewers, 29, and also some on Twitch. I'm new to Twitch. I really have no idea how Twitch works. I recently heard that your channel could get raided, and I thought this was some kind of weird hacker influx and they take over your channel. Apparently it's not that, so cool. Okay, so it's this one is the first stream in my series of me playing your Ludum Dare 46 games. A bit of housekeeping first, laying down the rules, what's happening and how I like to do things. Let me just switch over to the camera. There we go. I hope you can still see and hear me. As always, I have put out a form where you could submit your games to me. Apparently you have to be logged on to Google. I don't know why, but I will put this there in the chat again if you haven't, and also there on Twitch. If you haven't filled out this form, then I probably won't be playing your game. Even if you are a patron of mine, this is the other staple of this very program, is that I'll be playing every other game will be one of my patrons' games, and I hope I manage to get through them all. I'm lucky / not so lucky to have not that many patrons who participated in this jam, so I'm quite hopeful that somehow I will make it through. And as for the other games, those will be picked randomly. And how do I pick them randomly? Well, I have made a little program. Well, it's not that much of a program. It's a game maker thing. And let me just show you here. That's pixelprophecy.com/stuff, where you can get it, because I have here my RNG 2000. This is just a simple, a random number generator, which essentially you feed it a CSV file with weighted randomness. This is very important for me, that it supports weighted randomness, and then it picks a game for me to play with the ones of the patrons is already sorted out. Sorted out is probably not the right word. And yeah, because I want to be really transparent about this, there under sources, you can find there the RNG 2000 Game Maker Studio 2 project source if you want to poke into this weighted randomness, which I myself picked from Stack Overflow. I think the link is in the source code, as it should be. Bring on the RNG 3000. Yeah, maybe that's one. It will be the next version. So I have here, if you want my attention, add me in the chat. And from what I've from the test runs that we've done here on this very channel, I'm really sorry if I don't see it. I really try to watch the chat, but then I always have to go back and forth, and then I lose my train of thought, which is very flimsy already. So yeah, apologies if I don't see your question. Please repeat it, and we will see if I answer. This doesn't sound very hopeful. Okay, so let's have a look at the list of games that have been submitted to me until this very moment. Whoop! Let's bring up there my big spreadsheet. So far, from what I can tell, it's 94 games. This is also the biggest list that I've ever had so far of people who submitted their games to me. And yeah, to feed this to the RNG 2000, let's create a comma-separated values file. And yeah, then we will have it pick a game for us. It is also tradition here on this very channel is that when I'm saying the word unicorn, this is our drinking game, that we have a sip of water because it's healthy to stay hydrated, and you don't want to hear me smacking all the time when I'm low on moisture. Twitch has a low latency thing. This is cool. Again, I'm taking out single comments of the chat and answer them in utter devoidness, it's also not a word, of context. So again, bear with me. Okay, so here we have all those games. You can see here the weight. Let me zoom in here. This weight here means if you're in my form, I asked if it was the first Ludum Dare or not your first Ludum Dare, and if it was your first Ludum Dare, your game is twice as likely to show up with my RNG. So this is this weighted randomness here that's going on. Okay, so let's download this CSV file and store it on my desktop as a text file, because then I can edit it easily in case we need to. So okay, so everything, just so you know, this is what remained. Cool. So let's I really try to get organized. With 3 screens, you would think you would have enough real estate for doing a stream, but now with 2 chat windows open and OBS Studio and a lot of other windows with text editor and so on, it's not enough. Okay, so let's switch over to LD Jam and bring up first. Okay, so apparently this is the thing that I forgot to do, is download my own or compile my own RNG 2000. But this is cool, so I can see if the link works live on chat, on stream. What could go wrong if you try something for the first time on a stream? Okay, so this is looking good. So the link is working. Just drop it here. Data win, there it is. So, as also is tradition, I almost forgot, is having a weird drink here. I usually had some kind of carbonated drinks, but this was not very pleasant for anyone involved. So I tried to find something that's not carbonated and still weird. And the weirdest thing that I could come up with is this wonderful latte macchiato grande. It's been sitting for, I think I got this even before the latest Ludum Dare. So this has been sitting in my fridge for a couple of weeks now, and we will find out how much of it I can take before I need to be hauled to the hospital. Wonderful. Okay, so I've been yapping for way too long. So let's bring up the RNG 2000, and it asks me, of course, for the CSV file. There we go. Let's make this nice and big. So, are you ready for the first game that I'll be playing today? Because I surely am. Just realized that maybe I should put on headphones. And the game we'll be playing is Survivor, and I'm not trying to pronounce your name, but it is CSV line 25. I still need to do some kind of bookkeeping here. So CSV line 25, that I can take it out here of the CSV. Yeah, it's a little bit still a threadbare implementation, but hey, at least in the stream window it should already be there under me saying Survivor by Hagge. Okay, so let's find out more about the game. I should have done this differently because now I have to find it here again. Let's look for Hagge. Apparently I got the name wrong. Oh, this is not good. Survivor, right? Hey, oh yeah, I've got his name wrong. Or their name? No, it's his name. Row to sheet. Wonderful. There we go. Apparently, I have no idea why this is green, but this is cool. So, Survivor by Hagge, and I always ask people how to pronounce their names, that I look even worse when I'm still mispronouncing them. So, Hagge, the first word is leg, then it's like leg, then E. So, Hagge. I hope I'm pronouncing your name wrong, and if not, join the club. So about anything about game, no, anything else, have fun, love your wits. Oh, thank you so much. So let's find out more about Survivor then. Let's make this big enough. Survivor, a game by Diala and Hagge. So the graphics on the title screen already look very good. This is your car. This car can help you fly to a better place. Well, I hope it's better than, excuse me, what we have here with all the pandemic. Your car needs fuel made by trash you'll find scattered all over the map to be able to continue driving. Inside your car you will get oxygen for you to breathe. If the car has no fuel, it can't make oxygen and you will die. Okay, so just feed the car. To be able to get money, you have to store some trash in the car and sell. The goal is to raise $750 and automatically buy a plane ticket for a better place. So, apparently my Zoom thingy here is not working correctly, but when I'm just zooming there in Chrome, then it works. Yeah, apologies for all this zooming in and out going on. So, where have I left off? In short, you will have to balance putting the trash into the fuel tank to get fuel and oxygen and selling the trash to get money without dying. Good luck. See you in a better place. Oh, there it isn't without quotes. So, controls vast. Enter exitar is space. So, I'm assuming, oh, exit car. It's not some kind of Spanish. So, enter and exit is space. Left mouse button to pick up trash. Deposit. Left mouse button. Turn the trash into fuel for the car, right mouse button. So it's vast space and the wonderful keys there on my little mouse. Recently I came across, where can I download this? Well, download this. I came across a gaming manual of the 90s because I needed a game for one of my videos and needed footage, and I just thumbed through the manual. And the fun thing is they really, in the mid-90s, they had an illustration to explain to you what the left and right mouse button is, but it had so much space there, it was just, yeah, just the whole width of the page was just the mouse in the middle, and there was an arrow, left mouse button, right mouse button. So I think we've come a long way in terms of telling people how to play something. Okay, I will switch now over to headphones because I'm assuming there will be sound and I don't want any other echo to appear. Equalizer, there we go. So I hope you can still hear me. I will have to monitor the chat if anyone says that I'm completely gone in terms of audio feedback. Okay, so far it's looking good. Let me just where did I unzip it? Have I unzipped it? No, let's unzip it again. Not open archive, extract to Survivor. There we go. So let's give Survivor a try then. Oh, it even has a nice little icon. This is wonderful. By CS Cursor Studios, or Cursor Studios is CS. Okay, I'm not quite sure if you can hear it, but I think I can hear the car idling. And talking of idling, we even got some idle animation on this person here. This is nice. Oh, and another thing that I spot with my colorist eye is chromatic aberration going on here. By the way, I recently made another video on chromatic aberration on my YouTube channel Pixel Prophecy. If you want to know what it is and how it is, please check it out. Okay, so let's start the game. Apparently I need to click it. Welcome to Survival. This is your car. You can car. Okay, so it's the same instructions as we already have. Because I'm trying to concentrate on not misspelling words, I only get 30% of something that I'm reading aloud on stream. So yeah, we will see how this goes. So drive over to sell. Okay, so this is already looking nice, and I can throw this here into my truck bed, and by hitting right mouse button. Okay, so I need the air. I can fill up my own air when I'm entering my vehicle there. So maybe I should get in the car then and drive. But okay, I think I sold it now. I was hitting the right mouse button. Drive over to sell. Space, enter car. Oh, this is nice. And now I can... Oh, okay, so what I had in my truck bed I sold. Now this makes sense. I really like the graphics, by the way, with dynamic lighting and so on. So let's get out there. Throw this in the truck. Okay, so I right-clicked, and this means that I instantly sold it. I think this was correct. Because I don't need a lot of fuel right now, but we never know when we run out of it. Okay, so the steering is a little bit awkward because it's just so responsive. This is something that actually I wouldn't expect from this game or from this kind of vehicle. That it's just so you just tap the turn button a little bit and it turns all the way. So where can I sell there? Okay, so I need fuel now. Okay, so no collisions on those big rocks and boulders. This is actually quite helpful. So let's bring this on and right click. This was correct. Right click is converting it to fuel. Okay. So I'm not trying to go around those blocks then. But I think the biggest problem that I think I might be having is finding back to the spot where I can sell stuff. Huh. Stream froze. Houston, we have a problem. Oh god. Getting solid 6 frames per second. I'm aware of it. Okay, so trying to get maybe it's the game. Is it the game? I will try now to exit the game and see if that solves it. Okay, I've exited the game just to be sure. And we will see if the stream keeps picking up. YouTube is not receiving enough data to maintain smooth streaming. Thank you, YouTube. Very helpful. People are already complaining. How's it going on Twitch? Same problem here. I've just quit the game. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's bring up my trusty task manager and see what is hogging all this performance right now, because usually it hasn't been a problem streaming at the same time as playing games. But yeah, apparently the stream froze there on Twitch and YouTube is also complaining. This is weird. You know what? I'm not quite certain if anyone can still hear this, but I will run some kind of bandwidth test, internet speed test. I tried. Sorry, working on it. Looks nice. I can see myself stroking my non-existent beard. That apparently things are back to normal. Things have cleared up. So download more upstream. Yeah, usually I've never had problems with my internet so far, but maybe it's because it is Sunday evening here and everyone's, at least I mean everyone's using downstream, but I thought I was the only one using upstream. I even quit I didn't quit it, okay, my Dropbox, but nothing's there syncing because this is usually an issue. Because I was under the impression that I could maintain a solid 8 megabits per second upstream, but apparently I can't. So, but hey, it's cool. Some people are still there. This is wonderful, and even on YouTube. I will wave now and see the latency that's going on YouTube, but this is good because I can see moving images on YouTube. So yeah, this was not too good, was it? You know what? I will open up this bottle of latte macchiato and calm myself down. And yeah, it's way too sugary. I love it. Okay, so it's not about the internet, says Abdullah. I'm really sorry, I'm not trying to spell your last name or pronounce your last name on YouTube. So yeah, it might have been the game, probably because I was running it there on full 4K resolution and then also zooming in with my trusty glass brick there, and I think this is what broke it. I will try now to exit my screen zooming software. So apparently, because it also renders the entire screen 60 frames per second as soon as you're zoomed in. So maybe this also was it. It's when the game started that it froze up. Okay, so it might be the game to blame. I will try to start the game again and monitor what's going on. I'm streaming, Sorceress is asking whether I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube from my home. And yes and no, I'm streaming to another service, which in turn takes my stream and sends it off to all those different channels. Okay, so the game has now crashed even. This is not good. This is not good. Close the program. I'm really sorry that I apparently am not quite able to assess your game to the full extent. So I'm really sorry that you didn't see me die and suffocate without being able to go to a better place. Yeah, again, shame on me for not sorting out my technical difficulties. So yeah, I have to cut this one short. But what I can tell, what I've seen from the game is that it looks relatively polished for a Ludum Dare game. I mean, it's 3D, it got dynamic lighting, you got a vehicular translation and going by foot. And so the task is to keep it alive. This was the theme, by the way, keep it alive. So it was more about keeping yourself alive while you could go to a better place, or in my case, perhaps not. I like the mechanics so far that you have to balance how far you can go, how much trash you sell. And yeah, again, I'm really sorry that I can't talk more about this, but I hope you understand the technical difficulties. But we will see if it's my fault, which I think it is, when I'm trying to play the next game. Let's have a look at the chat. It's when the game started, froze up, and DN Games asked me, I have a question, how did you started making games? I don't have a quite definitive point in time when it started. I always wanted to make games and started doing basic games in DOS and then had Click and Play in Windows 3.11. This was the grandfather of Fusion, I think. And then around 2014, 2015, I really discovered Game Maker for myself and started, I really should do something like this. Now, it must have been sooner than 2015, because 2015 I released my first game on Steam. So I think it was 2012. It must have been 2012 or something. This is when I really started doing this with much more direction and focus than before. And here I am. This was also the time when I learned about Ludum Dare, and I've been there since Ludum Dare 32, 33, something around this time. Okay, a stream is apparently looking good again. I apologize there again for the lack of games there. And again, apologies to Hagge for not being able to play his game. So, yeah, sorry. Some people have a dedicated streaming machine using a web splitter capture card so their GPU doesn't get overloaded, says Sorceress. And yes, I'm aware of this, but so far I've never had any problems with streaming with my horrendous setup of 4K and 3 monitors. And yeah, I don't know what it is today. Again, maybe it was just a concatenation of unfortunate circumstances. So let's try another game and see if the problem still persists. Again, I'm assuming it was maybe an overload on my GPU for rendering the game at 4K and then also encoding the stream. Like I said, never had problems with that before, but you never know. Okay, so again, apologies, Hagge, for not being able to assess your game fully. I will mark this down as green, and I will probably use a different shade of green each time, so I'm sorry already to anyone who has some sort of neurosis that I'm using different kinds of greens there. Okay, so the next game is one of my patrons. Those 19 or 18 or 17 games are from my patrons, and let's pick the first one here by Yngvarr. And let's also update what's it saying there in my currently playing. Because, do you want to reload it? Yes. So that I'm having here the correct name and title of the game. So just updating this, and there it should go. And let's have a look at this in more detail. I'm starting now my screen zoom software again and hope that it won't break anything. So the game is wonderfully titled Don't Touch the Button. I'm not touching! By Yngvarr Syudzius. Again, I'm sorry for always having problems with your names. It's not the first time that I'm trying to pronounce Syudzius, but yeah. Sorry. And PhoenixKing. It wasn't their first time Ludum Dare, and it's Igor, Veronica, and PhoenixKing. I have much less problems with that. And they made a game, and it's Don't Press the Button, trademark, it may break the ending sequence. Okay, so I'm not pushing the button. I think there already was some kind of Ludum Dare game where you also weren't allowed to touch the button, and it was on Steam, and it was just elaborate with how many ideas they had for not having you touch the button. Anything else you want to tell me? You're the greatest unicorn, Phil. Thank you. So apparently I said unicorn, so cheers to us all. Don't touch the button. Is this Freddy Fish? Does anyone know Freddy Fish? In a blender. I hope this won't happen again. So the question is, will it blend? Yay, my dear, I've finally made enough cash to buy a new aquarium. I don't know why I'm using this voice, but let's just keep going with this. No doubt my pet will be happy. He smashed the last one in a fight with crabs, so I had to move him away. Little fish doesn't really get along with anthropods, yeah, this is the word. Anyway, could you look after him while I'm out? I don't want him to get in trouble. And do not press the button under any circumstances. Okay, not pressing the button. So that's it. Your friend asked you to look after a fish she has in this blender. Who puts a goldfish in a blender? Never mind. And what in the world can happen with a fish? It will be fine. And I love the spacing here between those little dots. I think this came up in Discord sometime, that it's a Fibonacci sequence. Either way, kudos. Controls, use your mouse, don't click that button. Oh god, we're going to so click this button. So let's download the Windows version, 27 megabytes. I'm not quite sure if I want to pay money for it yet, I'm sorry. Windows version. And 26 megabytes for not doing something is quite a lot, but then again, we've all seen the Duke Nukem screensavers in the late 90s, perhaps. So, Don't Push the Button is the game, and I just checked there in OBS Studio that the game that I'm currently playing, that the overlay is the correct one. So, it's a Godot game where we aren't supposed to be pushing the button, and apologies if the stream hangs again, so we will see. Okay, I put this now in full screen, and let's monitor my GPU there.
Меня вот больше интересует, что здесь делаю я.
Ethernet is going cray-cray, but the GPU is at 55% of video encoding and 43% GPU, so this is fine. So,
получается, что от тебя зависит моя жизнь. Может быть, ты покормишь меня? Я хочу есть. О, а вдруг эта кнопка даст мне еду?
I'm really sorry that I completely talked over the voice acting. I'm assuming this was Russian. I'm not fluent in many languages apart from German and a little bit of English. So yeah, I hope you can see it moving. This is my mouse moving, and I will just see it there on YouTube. YouTube says excellent connection for once. And also Twitch is not complaining. This is wonderful. And again, I'm sorry for talking over apparently your introduction. So what I didn't understand much, but it says I shouldn't push the button. And the fish says something about druka da knoppa, which is apparently completely wrong how I said it, but it roughly sounds like German. Den druka da knoppa, den the Knopf. Push the button. No? Okay, so let's feed the fish.
Эй, подожди, ты серьезно решил ее нажать? Я же просто предположил, что она может дать мне еду. Я же просто рыбка, а ты вдруг сразу меня послушал. Если тебе делать нечего, то вокруг осмотрись.
Okay, so let's... should we look around, maybe? Oh, there's something.
О, боже, что это? Это что, таракан? Нет, 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 не дай ему нажать эту кнопку. Найди, как остановить его.
Okay, so... Now I get it. Oh no.
Вон там ползет еще один.
I love this fish.
Останови их, пожалуйста.
Man,
Мне страшно.
This is funny.
Вон еще.
I'm not quite sure if I'm doing well, but...
Кажется, это все.
So many dead roaches.
Тараканы закончились? Все в порядке? Фух. Надеюсь, этого больше не повторится.
So do I.
А это что? Откуда оно здесь? Это что, бомба? Да, это похоже на бомбу. Ты можешь это выключить? Хотя бы попытайся. Почему все вокруг пытается меня убить? У тебя не выходит.
Oh dear.
Времени
Oh dear,
все
I
меньше.
hate this kind of minigame. I'm so sorry, little fish. I'm so sorry.
А бесполезный ты.
I'm not good at this even when I have the time.
А, к черту! Нажимай кнопку. Может быть, эта кнопка отключит бомбу.
Probably not. Okay.
Нажми. Меня смывает.
At least I flushed the fish and I didn't blend the fish, but yeah. So, let me just check it if everything's still working on your side, but apparently there is still video coming through to you. Success! And you know what? I will try this again here.
Мы умрем.
Oh no! Oh no! We're still... Something's... Oh no. This is not good. Oh, this was great. This was great. And I've noticed also the poster in the background. Thank you so much for including it. So this fish was a little bit trolling me, which is completely fair. I really enjoyed this. This was fun. No fish were harmed during a game development, but apparently the almost were harmed while I was playing it. So yeah, this was Don't Touch the Button. So again, it was a very pleasant and interesting experience. As you can see, I had my fun with it. This was a very, very nice take on it, keeping it alive, because it reminded me a little bit of the Stanley Parable, where you're not quite sure as a player, are you supposed to follow what the other character, the narrator, is telling you, or should you go against the narrator? And it's also playing a little bit with the fourth wall. And I see this here with Freddy Fish and the Blender, as I will call this game. So yeah, this was very nice. The art was nice. I enjoyed the voice acting. This was something utterly unexpected, and I've even learned some Russian, I think. Is Knopka the button, or am I saying it completely wrong? I just know a couple of phrases in Russian, and I think one is "Оставьте меня в покое," which is always helpful, and the other is "Оружие убрал." This I've learned from Stalker, and I think it means lower your weapon. So now also you have learned something. So again, yeah, I give this game 2 thumbs up, and thank you so much for submitting. This was very fun. So let's check the chat. People are still there. Thank you for commenting and chatting and sticking around, and also on YouTube, I think. Yes, wonderful. Everyone's still there, and even I myself am here. Cool, so let's fire up the RNG 2000 then. Oh, almost forgot. I have this wonderful pie chart here, and who doesn't love pie? From my responses that I got on this forum, there were 25% who never participated in a Ludum Dare before. And I don't have the stats at the top of my head, but I think this is the highest ratio of newcomers to Ludum Dare, which is just awesome, because the more people we get into game development and expressing themselves through games, and yeah, just getting more perspectives, the better it is. I just wanted to show you this because I think it's really great that 1/4 of everyone it was their first time. So you go. So the RNG 2000 says press space to random. Of course it says press space to randomize as always. By the way, let's have some more coffee while this. Symbiosis. This is going to be interesting, I hope. CSV line 69. Yeah, I really should start programming something that it automatically removes the line there from the CSV file, that I don't have to do it. So just that you can follow along. 69, there we are. Save and exit. And I think this is the bottleneck of it all, that I have to find it here again. In my, no, this was the wrong tab, here. So same shade of green, yes, same shade of green, but where is Symbiosis? Oh, there it is. There it is, and row to sheet. Can you read this? I make it a bit bigger now. Okay, it's a bit really big. Symbiosis by, how to pronounce your name? I have no idea. By Banzi and Random Dev. Okay, with Random Dev I'm quite sure, but banzi, who knows? And they made a game and didn't say anything about the game, but anything else is you are the best. Oh, flattery won't get you anywhere with me, but please continue. I really enjoy your Ludum Dare postmortems, and I thought that it would be great if I got your feedback to a game me and my friend made. Thank you anyway, and I wish you luck making videos in the future. Thank you so much. I need a lot of luck sometimes with making games, videos, especially when it comes that your project crashes while you were in the middle of saving it. So this is when you pray to the goddess that at least it saved something. Lady Mr. Leaf writes on YouTube, now how many of those did you inspire to try? I have no idea how many people I inspired, but people, now I sound like Trump, people keep telling me that I inspired them, and I believe them because I'm very inspirational. This was a horrible Trump impersonation, really. Maybe I should watch more SNL and learn from the best Trump impersonators. But let's get not sidetracked. Symbiosis, a game by Random Dev and banzi. An alien civilization, now helpless captive on the brink of death, forms an unlikely bond with a deadly parasite, the only creature that could keep them alive. So parasite, symbiosis, interesting. Together their symbiosis brings to life a new predator, eager to escape the complex. Okay, we need some foreboding music to this. Fight for your life against the facility security and devour your fallen enemies in an attempt to leave the facility. The only chance to get away is to have enough power to pass the gates that secure the starport. Okay, dark sci-fi biopunk. Cool. Symbiosis is a 2D turn-based game. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting some kind of action side-scroller, but this is great. This is really great. The game starts with you being in a lab. You see a soldier that brought you in and a scientist. Your turn started and you need to think about what you can do. You can move around or make actions, but be careful because enemies are always on your tail. Your turn ends when you move 2 tiles or perform an action. The enemies will move and select some tiles to attack the next round. Okay, so turn-based strategy game. I will say now publicly that I think that I'm very good with those kind of games to get utterly destroyed by the game in the process. You win the game by reaching the escape ship and feeding the parasite that keeps you alive. Interesting turn. You can play the game using mouse and keyboard. Play with keyboard WASD, E attack, F feed on an enemy corpse, R replace a mine. Okay. Space next turn. This is helpful. Escape tab to pause the game. Both attack and placing a mine need a direction which they should be performed. Oh, so it's like the Wasteland for DOS. Oh, my references are being dated, or are dated, not being dated, sorry. If they were being dated, this would be completely strange. I'm sorry. If using mouse, simply click on the icons in the UI that correspond to the buttons. So, wow, this is great to offer different input schemes. I will probably be using the mouse, but this looks very nice. I like the icons down there. So this looks to be tile-based in a sense that it's just quadratic tiles and not hexagons. This is cool. Tools and resources with Unity, Gale and Krita. I have no idea what those two are, but shout out to Gale and Krita. Maybe we should check them out. It's always interesting when you learn of new tools, because some people have tried to make the most beautiful pixel art with Photoshop and died in utter despair before really realizing that there was Spriter. And yes, they died and then they realized that there's Spriter, which is much more better suited. Unless, of course, you're like myself and the whole Adobe commands have been etched into my brains for the past 20 years that I just can't shake it. All the art assets were created in the 3 days of the game jam. This is great. The music was procedurally generated using Python scripts. This sounds interesting. Literally, this will be sounding very interesting. The sound effects and fonts are taken from public repositories, and their sources and authors can be found in the game's repository README text. This is very nice, crediting where you got your sources from. Updates, added README text, fixed UI resolution, fixed feeding bug. I love reading patch notes to games that you know nothing about, where it says Santa Claus now does not take the piece with him when he enters a new segment. And you really wonder, what the hell is this game about? Okay, so let's get the Microsoft Windows version for utmost performance. And I'm putting performance now in air quotes. So it's a RAR archive. A small heads up to those who aren't familiar. RAR is, I think, a zip file format, but the downside is that you can't open it natively on Mac, I think. So this is why I always prefer zip over 7z or RAR, just because I don't know where my files will be opened in the end. But it's cool. I got 7-zip. This works nicely. Cool. Frank says on YouTube, Krita is an open source paint app, so now I know. Thanks. And let's start Symbiosis, and please let me know in the chat right away when the stream is starting to choke. Choke. I think the word is choke. Sorry. My English is not the best, as you've probably realized so far. Okay, made with Unity, and there might be sound. I can hear some dark sound, and I really enjoy this pixel art there where it reads Symbiosis with all those jagged tooth sticking out. This is wonderful. Okay, I will monitor now the stream very closely. But YouTube keeps telling me that I have an excellent connection, so this is fine. So let's first hit about, and programming by Jan. Sorry for mispronouncing your last name. Kocyur, and the artist by Julia Malkova. And yes, okay, it looks good that the stream is still performing quite well. Okay, so sound. Oh, you can even turn music and sound effects up and down. This is also very nice, and something that I don't usually expect from jam games. Far away, deep in space, a magnificent galaxy lies, devastated by the flames of war. Oh my god, there's even an intro. I like this. Civilians, unlucky enough to be captured, end up in the torturous laboratories. One such poor soul makes a desperate attempt to escape. Man, I really like this graphic novel style there of revealing all those panels. Perhaps only to lose what's left of their life. Ooh, okay. So this must be the parasite then. Or to give this life a new start. Am I alive? I sure lost all the hope. My wounds were too great to survive. Yes, I made the alien sound like this. It's even an animated portrait. This is very nice. Okay, so stream. Still monitoring the stream health, but it's good. It's good. You can thank me later. This is the voice I do now for this parasite. Wait, you talk? Who are you? Someone who keeps you alive. They surely weren't gentle with you. Such altruism in these times. Thanks. Don't count on it. I have plans of my own, and you better cooperate. That hunger, is it your doing? I need a lot of energy to sustain both of us. The inhabitants of this facility will fulfill our hunger. This is great. This is really great. That's I say this is great. The protagonist says that's horrible. You'll get used to it. Now, let's escape. Escape. The only way out is protected by disintegration gates. It's hopeless. If I'll have enough power, we just might have a chance. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Okay, so oh my god, even animated sprites. This is quite something. Okay, so I can move. This was my 2 moves. Apparently I can't undo them. I'm a little bit spoiled by playing a lot of Into the Breach, where you can just preview your moves, but this is fine. I mean, this is a gem game. I can't expect undo functions because I'm being an idiot. Okay, so you know what? I let this one come here, and now I can attack it. Let's try this. Choose a direction. D. Ooh, nice. Sound effects and even an animation. This was very nice. The sound was very, very gutsy. I like this. So, can I feed? Yes, I need to feed. Oh, this is a horrible sound effect, but I love it. This is very nice. Okay, so stream health is still there, so apparently it maybe have been just the first game that was bad. Okay, so the music sounds a little bit random, but moody at the same time. So what is this here? Apparently I must attack it then. Huh. I mean, this one didn't attack me, but I think it was the scientist. I'm assuming it was the scientist, and as we all know, because we've played Half-Life, scientists are the first to die. Oh man, this animation and the sound effects are really cool, really cool. So how do I escape? I think in this direction then. This is nice. Even animated panels there. This is very cool. Okay, so as soon as an enemy enters, apparently the game switches over into turn-based mode, which is really great. I like this. So 1, 2, and I go here. Good, and now let's attack. So this one needs 2 to attack. Okay, once I figured out that if I lure my enemies where they have 2 spots or 2 tiles still to cover to attack me, I think I'm fine then. Okay, power is at oh, this is not good. This is a nice sound. Okay, so how do I take care of this? This is I like how this got. Ah shit. Okay, so I thought it would be shooting in that direction that I looked, but you know what? Let's attack this thing here. Oh man, this death animation. I can see a lot of care has been taken into those death animations. Okay, so apparently let's not be dumb. This is what I've learned so far. Okay, let's keep going into this direction then, and there's quite something going on. Okay, so we got there 4 guards there. Oh my god, there's a lot happening. 1, 2. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. So 1, 2. Oh, I can place a mine. Maybe this is what I will do. I will just lure them here into this hallway and place a mine. Okay, it was stupid to be standing next to the mine myself, but hey, anyone who played Counter-Strike with me can attest to the fact that I shouldn't be given explosives. I really shouldn't. Okay, so 19, I'm assuming, turns until I can place another mine again. This is very nice. So if I go here, 1, 2, and now I can attack. This is good. Okay, so this is bad, what's happening here now. Or I can move 1 tile and then attack, right? So let's attack. Okay, this worked. This worked out. And let's feed while this one needs to advance. Yes, this works. Wonderful. Man, this game is really cool. I like my strategy-based, turn-based strategy games. So what happens now if there are 2 on top of each other? Can I feed on those? 1? Yeah, this is great. Okay, so let's take care of those things then. Careful. Okay, so I got my health back apparently from feeding. Oh, hit points can be increased by feeding on corpses, and power corresponds to the number of eaten enemies. Okay, so... I thought that I could have them attack each other. Okay, this worked wonderfully. So let's just try this. And attack up. Nice. I love it when a plan succeeds. Can't I feed on this? Oh, now I can. Now I can. Man, those sounds, they're really something. This is nice. Okay, there's a helpless scientist. We all know what this means, right? Yes. He almost became a scientist sandwich. What am I saying? Almost. Apparently I really snacked on him. I also, by the way, like this character design with those blades that are sticking out. This is very cool. So let's try and see what I missed on the other side of this room here. Just checking the chat if anyone is complaining about lack of updates, broken sound, or me having the camera pointed in the wrong direction or something. Okay, so if there are many soldiers there, but 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so attack. There we go. Attack. There we go. This was good. This was wonderful. Okay, so let's feed. Come on. I just feed. Okay, so this was not too good. Okay, this works. So let's attack into this direction. I really like this very simple system of, yeah, just you got 2 actions and also the enemies got 2 actions. So 1, 2, I think I can. Yeah, they don't stand a chance. Lance. So we've eaten 16 enemies. Wonderful. I can see in the chat that I didn't put the links anywhere in... Oh god! This was close. That I didn't put the links of the games into the chat or something. After the stream I will put them in the description, of course. But yeah, I'm really sorry. You know what? Let's do this right now. Because I don't want to be an idiot. They're on YouTube. And they're on Twitch, but apparently Thorn already. Oh, Thorn posted their link. Oh, Thorn asked if he could or they could put his link in the description. I'm sorry, I'm only accepting links through my form, which you can find on my Twitter. I'm sorry, it's really a bit buried. You know what? I will probably just very quickly that I drop the link to my form. There we go. Also in the chat. Submit here. I should have made a bot for this. Submit here. And okay, cool. So we're back in the game. I'm sorry for all the confusion, and I'm apologizing mostly to myself. Okay, so let's see. Ah, okay, so this wasn't too hard then. But why can't I feed? Why can't I feed? Huh, this is weird. Let's just try coming back. Yeah, apparently something happened that I can't feed on this enemy. Which is a pity. It's really hungry for eye plant. Okay, so probably should have gone this route first and then continued there, because now I'm just mashing the A button. But hey, at least it's not as slow as Animal Crossing. By the way, yes, I'm still playing Animal Crossing New Horizons religiously each day. If you've seen a video from me, a stream from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I still hate it, but I can't get enough of it. It's weird. I got so many bugs to sell. So many bugs. Okay, so this is a very tight corridor, so I think we're getting closer to the exit, maybe? Because this looks different here. Okay, so we got a different tile set and lots of soldiers there. So maybe it was good that I switched here my position, You know what? Just I come to think of it, what would have been interesting in terms of level design if there were 2 of those eye plants that I really had to take a hit before getting to relative safety. Because right now I can just wait for the enemies to advance in my direction. So 1, 1, 2, and that's it for you. Good. Good, okay. Okay. Okay, so this is not... Oh, it is good. It is good. Attack up. Yes. Okay, this spiky here looks pretty intimidating, so I will just feed here now. And okay, so apparently this is his area of influence. So when I attack it... Oh good, it only had 1 hit point. I thought that it takes like 3 hits or something, because this would have made matters much worse. Okay, I'm not quite sure why I can't feed something, or sometimes I can. And the power bar here, I'm not quite sure. It says 22 of 25 and it's still there, not even through the center, or at 50% the bar in the background. So I'm not quite sure. So, but never mind. Let's just keep slaughtering our way through this facility, for lack of a better word. But I like how many different tiles and sprites there are. And the sound effects, they are very crunchy. I really like this. So let's attack. I think it's not too hard once you've... Okay, so I attacked twice, but it's nice that you accounted for that, for the possibility of the player being an idiot and attacking a corpse, that it even plays the nice sound effect of guts. Okay, so I'm just edging diagonally, and there we go. So 25 enemies. I got now here the power. I think this is the power that I need, and the bar in the background is the maximum of power that I can carry, that I can have. Maybe something like this. Okay, so I'm hoping now for some kind of stronger enemy or anything, because those aren't much of a problem right now. But from what I can hear from the sounds, there are a lot of enemies. What would have also helped is to have some kind of indicator when it's my turn again. Maybe, I mean, we already got this, right? When here the next turn button lights up, of course then, excuse me, then of course it is my turn again. So okay, my tactic here of just hunkering down and waiting for them. Oh my god, so many. So many. You know what, I will just wait for them to come, because they will get in each other's way. So 1, 2, good. Good, so now just attacking up. And now attacking to the left. It's really nice that they are just taking turns literally in attacking me and not trying to swarm me from both sides. Oh, this is a nice sound. So, bam. Very nice. Okay, so can I feed it without this plant targeting me? Apparently not. Okay, so now there you have those 2 plants targeting, as I said before. So we got power of 28. And now I can feed again. This is nice. Good, okay, so that's it for those. Apparently I have to take a hit now, right? Yeah, this is a lot of health that this one takes from me. Okay, a little problem there with the sea depth, but I mean this is completely fine. Finally a scientist guy there, and it doesn't matter on what planet you are, they always wear those ridiculous coats. Those white lab coats. I still got a white lab coat myself because I once used it for a funny bit for a video, because why the hell not? Okay, so there's still another room. This is getting quite lengthy, I hope. I mean, it's fun on one hand, but then again, it's pretty samey, so I'm just curious if there's a spike in difficulty coming up. Because as you've seen right now, I don't really need those mines. Well, maybe I could have used them with those eye plants, as I call them. But so far it's just kiting the enemies and waiting for them to take their turns with death. So let's, you know what, let's feed and have this one here. 1, 2. Good. The downside with procedural music is that it, at least the one that I know, hardly changes in intensity or dynamic. I mean, it's always at the same level of this foreboding mood, but it never changes to something more dramatic or quiets down a little bit more. Anyway, it's cool that you have even music. As with jam games, we all know it's just so little time that you're hard pressed to be able to even get all your wanted or intended mechanics in there. Because I know from myself that it's hardly possible. Yeah, bye bye, science guy. Okay, so I got a power of 40 of 25, and here we are changing the environment again. So let me just take a note here. This was the third game I'm playing right now, right? Because I got 3 hours scheduled for this, and we're already 1 hour, more than 1 hour in. Because I want to show more games, and I hope that this will be the last room here, so. Okay, so when I'm here, there might be another of those eye plants up there, but I'm not risking it. Right. I need to escape. Maybe in this direction. Yes, I think this could work. Just trying to kite the enemies into the corridor where I can control the situation. I think this is what video games told me. It's just control the situation, let them come to you. This is why I'm so bad with Call of Duty games, because it took me quite a while to realize with Call of Duty games that there are invisible triggers, and if you just hunker down and try to snipe off all the enemies, they keep coming until you run out of ammo, and they still keep coming. This was quite a lesson for me. 3 hours, what a treat. Oh, thank you. So just kiting this last one there. Wonderful. And now I'm going to feed. And just try to get out of the way here. You know what, maybe that's what mines are for, right? To take out... yeah, this was stupid. I think I want to take back my turn. I thought I would be planting the mine where I'm standing and then needed to hop away. This is why I pressed R, and now it says select direction for the action. So yeah, I cannot... Okay, so this worked also. This is nice. that I didn't even suffer too much health. So this was cool. Thank you, game. This was very nice. And you know what? Because I'm a completionist, I will finish feeding on those here as well. So it doesn't always let me feed, as we've seen, but I'll do my best to get fed up, literally. So I still need 2 power to max out the power thing here. But what's going on here? So this is some kind of force field. Can I... Okay, so I need to go through the force field. I thought I needed to maybe get to the barrels and then attack those or find a switch or something. But thankfully not. That's the ship. I can't believe we've made it. I'm not quite sure what character voice I give this one, so it's always different. Yes, it wasn't that bad of an idea to keep you alive. Until now. Oh, that's grim. What? Just kidding, we have a whole universe to explore together. Yeah, since we could finally stop this war. Stopping war? Count me in! Really, this thing doesn't look like like it says stopping war, count me in. But what do I know? Now let's go and... Sorry. Now go on. Let's go now and want to get away from this filthy place. Yeah, this sentence threw me off a little bit, but I will try. I will try. Let's go now and want to get away from this filthy place. Good. They took off. One day we will maybe see them again. Tune in next week when we play another round of Symbiosis. Ah man, here I needed dearly some kind of fanfare or other music, but really I really like the graphics and those big chunky pixels there contrasting to the foreground. Usually I'm not a fan of mixing different pixel sizes in pixel art, but here it's clearly intended as a visual element, and this I can get very much behind. So this was Symbiosis. My ears are sweating, thank you AKG headphones. Yeah, I really like this. The only downside, as you've seen, is that it was a bit samey towards the ending and maybe a bit too long. I was actually waiting for different kinds of enemies, or maybe have enemies that take more than one hit, because as you've seen right now, it was just counting the tiles that were between me and the enemy and then attacking or something. So maybe if you want to keep working on this would be maybe something that I would fix. Just give enemies health points, even if it's just 2 health points. Probably have seen it that I would have needed to switch up my tactics quite a bit to get this to work. I think this is what I wanted to say about it. Yeah, thank you so much for submitting. I really liked it. A lot of effort went into this, and it's just quite a feat for just 3 days of jamming, especially with the graphics and all this variety in environments and so on, and even an intro and an outro, which sometimes you don't have time for this, as we all know. So yeah, 2 thumbs up and thank you so much. And sign in to continue. Well, maybe later. This was Symbiosis, and let's switch up here. Clear the overlay down here. Yes, it worked. Okay, so now it is time for another Patrons' game. I'm always saying Patrons'. I'm not quite sure if this is correct or not, but the longer I keep saying it, the more correct it sounds. So there we go. So I played Symbiosis and completely missed the line there I was in. Symbiosis, I just want to mark it off as played. This is huge, by the way. There we go. Was it this green? Yeah, it was the whole column. Row, not column. This is a different kind of green. There we go again. So let's play the next one here by Jiří Hýsek. Apologies for mispronouncing your name. And I've seen something of this already on Discord. I can only remember that it was a very cute row to sheet. And the game is called Silly Fluffy Bunny by Jiří Hýsek. And the link, I will post now the link in the chat there and also on YouTube. There we go. Being professional there. And how to pronounce your name? What a tricky question. Without an answer, duly noted, duly noted. And anything else you want to tell me? Have fun. Well, I hope we shall. I hope we shall. Man, I should have eaten something before the stream. I mean, I had a little bit, but it wasn't enough. So why not numb my sense of hunger with sugar and... Yeah, I don't even want to get into this. This is just this. There's more in this that you would assume, and it says natrium carbonate polyphos. Yeah, whatever. Tasty polyphosphates. Silly fluffy bunny. Once upon a time there was a bunny. The bunny is cute, but not very clever. It just wants to go home, but the world is full of danger. Please help the bunny and keep it alive. Okay, we have a stupid bunny that we need to keep alive. A game full of cuteness, fluffiness, and bear traps. What an itemization. This is little relaxed bunny puzzle game. Not too hard, not too long, but very cute. Main mechanics is drawing into a map to help bunnies reach home. So draw into the map to help the bunny. Rules. All bunnies have to be at home to beat the level. Of course, if you're not at home, you're not doing things right. Line becomes solid after you finish drawing. It turned out white before that. It's just a blueprint. Okay, so it's... okay, so it looks a little bit like Line Rider, right? When you draw a line curve, previously drawn line starts to disappear. Okay, so just one shape and you have to release the mouse to make it work. Controls, draw by mouse, but basically follow the instructions. R, restart level. Thank you, Jiří. I always need to restart your levels because more often than not, I maneuver myself into an unwinnable position. Most of the time, utterly oblivious to the fact. Tools used Godot Engine, Inkscape, FL Studio, and Audacity. And again, I will be playing it on Windows for ultimate performance. Thanks for downloading. Okay, there we go. I was just... Again, I'm very, very cautious of not being able to download something or downloading it the wrong game and then talking about a completely different game. I think this happened once when I was not streaming but recording, and I mixed up two games and then I played another game and always said, yeah, this has nothing to do with the description and oh my god, how horrible. And yeah, I was just being an idiot. So let's find out how wrong I can go with Silly Fluffy Bunny. I love the sound of the bunny. Okay, so this is adorable. This is already adorable. And we even get a button sound. This is funny. Once upon a time there was a bunny. And it only wanted to go home. The music is this... It's not... yeah, it's some classical music tune that its name escapes me. Help him home, would you? Draw a ramp with your mouse. This is really cool. I like this. Yay! Oh, and it keeps adding instruments. This is nice. Bunny is cute, but not a good swimmer. Okay, I figured as much. And even the house is cutie and bouncing around. This is very nice. Okay. That was close. Okay, so it introduced me to the mechanics of bear traps and big boulders. Just a silly bunny. Keep it alive, please. Okay, press... so this was the tutorial. Very nice, very nice. Love tutorials. And now the beat drop. This is really fun. Okay, so let's start. So what's going on here? So the bunny is colliding with the boulder and the bear trap. Okay, so we just need to draw there a line for the bunny. Yeah, this was not good. Okay, so now the other line disappears. When I draw here something, does it disappear faster? No, it does not. Good to know. No, no, bunny. Okay, good. This, no, no. No. Why am I so bad at this? This is just drawing a line. How hard can this... No! No! There we go. Jesus. Jesus. How hard can this be? Press... Okay, there are 2 bunnies now. 2 bunnies. Oh, there's a bear trap down there. Okay, so 1 bunny is saved. But the other... Yeah, this was a good call. This was a good call. Whew. This is a nice concept. It's very simple and I love it, but just having 2 bunnies already makes things much worse. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No! That escalated quickly, but I like those little souls that are escaping. Okay, let's give this another try then. So let's just make sure that both bunnies there are on the same side there. Okay. Okay, good. So this wasn't too hard. This wasn't too hard. This is like action lemmings or something. Okay, so what do we have here? So this is bad what's happening here, but maybe I need this bunny there to move here the boulder. Yes, like this. This is good, and now we just need them to go up again. Yes, this is helpful. No, this was not helpful. This was not helpful at all. Okay. Okay, good. So let's try this again here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This was bad. This is not good. So it's gotten hard quite fast. What the hell was I doing there? No. Okay, so I need this bunny to go down there. No, no, no. No! Ah, damn it! And this is hard. I don't know how I made it here the first time. Yeah, okay, so glitchy bunny is not something that we want to make. Okay, but maybe this works. Maybe this. Oh no, 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 no! Ah, damn it! Why is this so hard? Good, okay, so I think this is good. Okay, so I only need to get those bunnies back up. Okay. Okay, just taking care of the first bunny there while this one's they're glitching out. And just have it here on this line here, and now it can go up there. It does not go up there. Okay, so when I draw a different line now, these things will become worse. So okay, this was close, but maybe if I draw it like this, I hope that this stays. Oh god. Man, this was hard. This was... Oh, another one. Okay, man, Jiří and your puzzle games. Okay, so when I'm not doing anything... Okay, so the problem is actually this bunny here, I would assume. Okay, so Yeah, this is not good. There are spikes there. So the question is, how do we get this bunny away from... Maybe like this. Maybe that just try to get it there out of harm's way. Let's make a blockade here. And have the bunny go up here. Okay, so good. I'm hopeful that... Yes, that this is possible. Bunny is safe now. Wait! It learned nothing. But at least it's still cute and fluffy. I think this entirely illustrates my game jam experience. Bunny is safe now. It literally learned nothing, but at least it's still cute and fluffy. Thank you so much. This was a very nice and engaging game. As with all of your little puzzle games, I urge you to keep working on them, put them out on mobile. I mean, on mobile, this, if you just swipe it with your hand and draw those lines there, and with the cuteness, it would be a great fit. So I give this game 2 thumbs up. It was frantic, and I hope I didn't swear too much. But yeah, thank you so much for submitting. Again, very funny and very fluffy. And no animals were harmed during this stream, at least they didn't notice it when they were, because they were digital. What am I saying? I have no idea. Frank says, you can make long and curvy lines. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. I've realized that. I was aware of that, but I tried not to because I wanted to make a challenge for my... Never mind. Cool. Okay, so without further ado, let's keep the pace up. And where did I sign in? No, this was the wrong browser window. Where is Chrome with the list? Multitasking. I'm not even good at single tasking. Okay, so Jiří's game was played and it's a different shade of green, but let's keep this up. Sure, why not? Let's find out what the RNG 2000 still has for us. Just want to make sure that I've taken out, what was it called? Symbiosis? Yes, it's not in there anymore, that we don't have a game twice in the list. This is good, so let's see where things take us. Journey to the center of the body. This sounds interesting. This reminds me of this 70s, 60s film. There was also this crew that was shrunken twice and then injected into the body. And there was also a spoof of this on Futurama. What the hell am I talking about? I'm probably wrong. So CSV line 30. CSV line 30. Save. And did I close Chrome again? This time I didn't. But body. There we go. Journey to the center of the body. This is good. At least I'm very fast with the Control F. So, journey to the center of the... I'm sorry for cropping this. Good. By Arun, Gabby, Sanjana and Gowri. And let's find out from Ago and Rune. Gabby, Sanjana, Gowri. Gowri. Okay. I'm not quite sure, but I would say I've nailed it. Arun, Gabby, Sanjana and Gowri. 2 thumbs up for myself. Yeah, I'm praising myself now because, of course, someone has to. Yeah, the link, I will post it there in the chat. Pro. About the game. The aim is to eventually develop the game into something that will help with creating awareness for infectious diseases. Also, it's a worthy cause and not just a little fun product. The pathogens library at the bottom of the home screen would have information of all of the pathogens in the game and how to prevent these infections, but it wasn't possible to complete this feature for the game jam, and who could blame you? Anything else you want to tell me? No one has on the team has any experience with creating games prior to this, as most of us have biology related backgrounds, but we hope to develop it better in the future before releasing it commercially. This is awesome. This is exactly what I think Ludum Dare is wonderfully suited for, to get people who aren't aren't into games but have something to say or express themselves, like biology persons with biology related backgrounds, just to get the word out and their knowledge into a form that we as gamers are very prone to, let's say, that as easily digestible to us. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. Journey to the center of the body. Can you read this? I'll make it a bit bigger. Kill the bacteria, avoid the enzymes, a twist on an endless runner. This is interesting. This is a game about real bacteria that affect people. We thought this game would be relevant because of the current pandemic, and it is. The aim was to also create a library along with the game with information regarding all the infections those bacteria cause as a way to create awareness, but we ran out of time before we could finish it. We hope to finish it in the future, but for now I hope you guys enjoy this version. And girls. Controls. Press the left arrow key to move left and the right arrow key to move right. Okay, so this is... You can see that those are gamers in a sense because it's arrow keys and not A and D. But this is really fine with me. The game also supports touch. Touch the left side of the screen to move left and right side of the screen to move right. So... moving left and right, and it's in vertical mode, so I'm not quite sure if this actually is intended to be played on a screen, but I'll try to do my best. Construct 3. I used to buy Construct 2 and tried it once or twice. I was horrified by trying to do if checks on variables and thought, yeah, I probably need something where I can do programming. But if you don't have any kind of programming background, engines like Construct are wonderful. And as you can see, we got people there who don't have big gaming backgrounds making a game. This is wonderful, and I can play it in the browser. This is great. Okay, so let's make this full screen and run the game and see what's going on. The Construct logo looks a lot like the Ciaran logo. We got some chiptunes bumping there. This is nice. Code by... I'm really sorry. Sanjana Guruswamy. Sorry. Art by Gabby, Arun Guruswamy 22. Gowri Guruswamy. Oh, it's all Guruswamy. This is what threw me off. I'm really sorry. And we got some music and sound effects. So, okay, so it's just the arrow keys. How hard can this be? Kill the bacteria, avoid the enzymes. Okay, so... Okay, so those are bacteria. I just thought they were pretty cute and this is why I was collecting them. So, are those? Okay, I need to collect the purple ones and avoid the yellow ones. Okay, what I just realized is that the background is like this one here. You can see there to the yellow thing here. This has collisions. So this is something to be aware of. And the other thing that's a little bit throwing me off is... Okay, so there's some more things going on. It's really hard talking and trying to play the game. The other thing that's throwing me off is you can see there is some kind of momentum going on when going left to right, so it's not instantly when you move in a direction. So you really have to start moving where you want to go early. Okay, so I will try to avoid now those happy yellow macaroni. Oh, damn it, just hit one. So, as with those medical terminologies in terms of diseases or bacteria, in my opinion, it would have been nice if you just had a voice saying the name of it, because this is the biggest problem that I personally have, is when I see it, it's just letters to me, I have no way to pronounce it, but when I hear it a couple of times, then it works. Unless it's chloroquinol, okay, those are colibacteria. I think this makes sense. And the music is very, what's what's the word, melancholic actually. But so far I think I'm getting the hang of it, and it's an improvement over the Chrome dinosaur, because it's also quite cute. Level 4, Clostridium. Okay, so it's now those green cucumbers, and I ate another macaroni. So actually it's not endless apparently then, or is it? Yeah, I'm not going for the points now because just I think 1 or 2 more hits and I'm done for. What I think the game is also lacking a bit is sound effects when you do something that's right or wrong. But I like now here that also the bacteria are moving with you. Ah, this was bad. In a certain, in the same direction, so your timing is all messed up. So you died, the bacteria overpowered you. So I think I've seen most of the game so far, but if this was your first game, wow, congratulations, you even managed to have different levels and cute graphics, and yeah, like I said, personally for me it was only sound is lacking, but you even got touch controls, this is very nice. Another thing that threw me off a little bit, like I said, was those bacteria, those yellow smiley macaroni, cannoli, I'm not too versed with pasta. It threw me off that they were happy, like everything else was happy, so maybe just give them angry faces in terms of gaming. At least this is what I've come to know it. As soon as something looks angry, you want to try to avoid it, just like in real life. But overall, man, this is really great, and I hope that A, you keep working on this, and B, you partake in the next game jam, or even make more, come together and make more biology-themed games, because when we've seen enough of it in games, it's pseudoscientists, where just some people who read too many novels come up with some horrible diseases that encompass the whole world, and we all say, oh, man, this is not really possible. There can't be a pandemic, right? This is just some crazy fantasy. Wonderful. Again, thank you, Sorceress, for pushing the link to the submission form. This is really great that I don't have to think of 20 things at the same time. It's just 19, which I also can't manage to do, but at least something doesn't escape me. So thank you so much. Cool. Okay, so let's bring up, where do I have my, I've closed Chrome again, because why not? To me, Chrome, the entire Chrome browser is one tab, apparently. So there we go. Where was this? What's the name? It was something with Journey to the Bottom of the Sea. No, it was Body. Journey to the Center of the Body. There we go. Green. Very cool. So next up we have a game from RedHermit. TankMan Phil. And let's just copy and paste. Do you want to reload it? No. Save. Create RedHermit, and the game is TankMan Phil. What a funny coincidence. Phil's menu, row to sheet. TankMan Phil by RedHermit. How to pronounce your name with a German Austrian accent. RedHermit. There we go. About the game, played at 1920 by 1080 if possible. The Windows DL download should default to opening in a window that size, if I did it right. Didn't have time to make things pixel perfect and anchor correctly, etc. for menus. It's okay. I'm sorry that if I gave anyone the impression that I'm overly anal about this kind of things, because I am, but I don't want people to worry about it. Anything else you want to tell me? Oh, look behind you. Sorry. Oh wait, it's just your stuffed unicorn. There we go. I don't like how it's looking at me. Thanks again for everything you do in the game dev community and creating such wonderful things and sharing them with the world. Thank you so much for consuming all those little things that I make. Okay, let's throw the link in the chat. If it works, It worked. And let's find out about TankMan Phil. You notice something? Let me zoom in. This shadowy figure here. By the way, I like the hairstyle. Can you see what's on his shirt there? Let me show you something. I'm wearing the same shirt. By the way, this is a custom design of the SID chip. I don't have the copyright, of course, to the MOS SID chip, by the way, is the Commodore's sound chip, and I did some chip music for it. And I once made this t-shirt that looks as if it were the Commodore MOS chip manufacturer logo, and it has here the chip code of the 6581, that's the SID sound chip, and it was manufactured in the 36th week of 1983, just like myself. So just a little bit of background about this. Okay, so apparently this person looks a little bit like me and has the same shirt as I, so coincidence. In the far distant future of 2021, a mysterious creature has descended from space and laid siege to our planet. As it lays waste to continent after continent, only one hope to save mankind remains. The great behemoth that sleeps just past the shorelines. Always referred to as it by tales of old and new. We must awaken it and hope it can defeat the space creature and its armies. Has it been sleeping too long, though? I completely butchered that last sentence, I'm sorry. Is it too weak? Apparently we must keep it alive then. Luckily a hero lives among us. This doesn't make any sense. The greatest TankMan to ever live. His piloting skills of the tracked metal mechanisms are unmatched, and his abilities with the artillery of the articulating amateurs and adamantium shell tanks are of legend. His name, TankMan Phil. Oh, so apparently it's not me, because I'm not that well versed in metal mechanisms. With TankMan Phil escorting it to battle, our chances of defeating the space monstrosity should increase by at least 8%. That's about right. Take on the role of TankMan Phil in this epic adventure of slowly moving left across the landscape. It walks very slow, as you guard it from floating octopus space spawns and helping it achieve its maximum potential for defeating the space monster. So this must be the space monster, and this is it. Looks like Godzilla a little bit. Oh, and this is the tank. This is cute. Mouse click and or spacebar to fire missiles. That's it. Okay. You don't control the tank or anything else, as TankMan Phil's groundbreaking AI has that covered. It's an homage to Missile Command, just aim and shoot. Okay, Missile Command, I understand. Missile Command, wonderful. Completed items the past few days. Make a good game, sorry, I've already inserted good game. Make a game for LD46. Missed the compo deadline, oh dear. Enjoy the extra time making some tweaks and polishing. Not X is fixed at one typo where an S is missing. Why would you want to fix typos? It gives off this wonderful human atmosphere that, yeah, this was created by a human being who just slipped on the keyboard. As for my game, by the way, on the ending screen I mistyped Pixel Prophecy, and I was made aware of that by Roar. So thank you, Roar, for always catching my typos, even in my own name. Okay, so let's get the Windows version then of TankMan Phil. What's a funny coincidence? And try our best to have it survive. Is it already there? Oh, it's still down. I closed it again, right? I closed it again. No, this was the wrong browser. Okay, I didn't close it. I just minimized the window. Cool. Okay, good. Still in business there. And the download, has it finished already, or is it could not be downloaded and maybe dangerous? Of course, let's keep it. Of course it's dangerous. It's about floating space monsters. There we go. You know what? I will unzip this right onto the desktop like a soccer mom. Oh, and it even has here some icons. I like this already. Okay, so let's have another sip of my magic juice. Oh. Well, it barely... You know what? It tastes like coffee ice cream that's melted 2 days ago. And it's got this little viscose quality to it. It's quite something. TankMan Phil. There we go. Maybe there's sound. And it starts in Windows mode. Wonderful. And I will try now, this being a Unity game, to run it full screen and let me know if the stream starts chugging. Okay. Cool. People on Twitch are still present. Wonderful. People on YouTube are still present. This is so nice. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me and my technical difficulties. TankMan Phil. Okay, so there is not much to click apart from this tank and this person here, which we'll call Phil or so. Start the game. The creature descended onto our city. All our defenses have failed. All hope is lost. We need something to fight back. We need to summon IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Proceed. We call on you, TankMan Phil. You must escort it. Keep it alive with your tank skills. Our fate is in your hand. Just one because it's for one mouse hand. Cool. I like the graphic design. It has this kind of posters of propaganda posters. I think that's the word. So okay, proceed. So
TankMan Phil, do you copy? This is command.
Okay, so there's music.
There's spawns of the creature. Keep them off of our friend. Good luck.
Nice. Okay, so this is missile command in a sense. And it got voice acting. And I like the bass line. Can't wait for the drums to drop. Is this Mount Fuji in the background? Of course it must be. Got here some pagodas in the foreground, right? So it is Japan. Okay.
Pretty hairy out there. We're gonna airdrop in some supplies. It'll speed up your firing, but it only lasts a short time. Over and out.
Okay, supplies. To speed up my firing. Okay, do I need to hit this again? I think. Okay, so I now got some shot to spare. Yes. Okay, so if it speed ups my firing, yeah, I've completely could have used it earlier. Oh damn. Okay, so fire rate is back to normal. This is not good, but there we got another one. Come on. Yes. No, it hurt. It hurt the poor Godzilla. So this must be the big space monster there. Okay, why am I shooting the space monster? It's no use if I shoot it. This is why we have it.
Remember, keep it alive. Keep it alive until it's big enough to defeat the creature.
Oh, damn it. Maybe I shouldn't use this on my creature. Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, now I understand it. This is nice. Okay, I'm completely overwhelmed now. Come on. Yes, yes, this I need. This I need dearly. Come on. Man, I really need to get back into this missile command think. Okay, this is... Man, the default fire rate is just atrocious. I'm just trying to keep my poor Godzilla alive there. Come on. Man, the default fire rate. Oh, this is really giving me a lot of trouble right now. Come on. Yes. This helps. I'm still aiming at the enemies and not at where they are. Or where they will be, you know? Like in Missile Command. Come on. I really like this twist there that you have to drop this biohazard things there on your monster to make it grow. Yes! Did I make it? Victory! I recall hearing this victory melody. It's Final Fantasy with a twist. Oh, this is nice. Oh man, this was intense actually. I never thought to say this about Missile Command, but I really like this. What I liked best, I think, was this change of the gameplay as soon as I was at the big monster where I had to shoot open those biohazard drones there. And still also keep my monster protected from all those tentacular beasts attacking it. I think it was, in my terms, just almost too hard, but I don't know how close I was from being defeated. But I mean, since I made it there on the first attempt, I would say it's almost too easy. But then again, I was really struggling a lot there, especially with the default fire rate, as you've probably seen. So yeah, I've already broke a sweat, so I think this is really good if I get into a game that much. And man, the sound effects are very nice, also with those distant sounding voiceovers there. It sounded like someone at headquarters is radioing you those updates on the situation, and so this was very nice. This felt very nice, and also the little explosion sounds. And you know what, for the music, of course we all know there's no time for music, but for the music I was just waiting for now the drums drop and the guitars, metal. This is probably my personal taste, but give this 2 thumbs up. And the protagonist was quite something. Handsome fella, I have to say. So thank you so much. That was TankMan Phil, a novel take on a classic mechanic. And as you have seen it, I still haven't mastered Missile Command. I was still aiming directly at the enemies and not at where they were going, as I've said before. So it's a surprise that I've made it. But again, thank you so much for submitting it. That was fun. Okay, so where was my browser? There it was. Cool. So I'm still on the right cell there, so that I can just take it here. Yes, it was the same green. You know what? Let's make a little gradient out of it, so now it looks intentional. Cool. Let's fire up RNG 2000. Thank you so much for TankMan Phil. This was nice. Even the shirt. Full screen. Let's see the chat. I'm not seeing any mentions of myself, which is good. This means the entire audience is either so captivated that they don't chat, or they're just chatting among each other, which is also cool, so that I'm not losing track of what I'm thinking or where am I going. Talking about where we are going, we're going to play Rush Bomb. I don't know why I've made this fake Russian accent, but maybe it's because Russian bomb, this would have worked. So Rush Bomb, CSV line 23. Where is CSV line 23? Perhaps at line 23. Way to go, Phil. Save. And let's find it in my spreadsheet. I'm really sorry. Bomb Rush. No? Rush Bomb. I can't even memorize a title for 5 seconds, apparently. So this is what the internet and especially Netflix does to my brain. It's just fried. I can't. If I don't have a tab open, I forget what I was just looking at. Anyway, Rush Bomb. How to pronounce your name? Gelgavish. Gelgavish. It's not very helping, but at least I was somewhere close to the actual pronunciation. Rush Bomb by Gelgavish. And about the game, the game was made with Ovid. I have no idea, apart from Greek mythology. Or was it where Ovid was from? Never mind. Anything else you want to tell me? No, just have a good day. And let's hope we shall. Let me drop the link there in the chat. Maybe I should also hit enter. There we go. And oh, Gillard is in the chat. Thank you so much for submitting. And I'm so sorry for playing it. Incorrectly, not for playing it in general. Rush bomb. Oh no, it appears that your country will be nuke bombed in 48 hours. That's unfortunate. Everybody will die. That is also. You have got to stop them, you and your amazing hacking skills. Can hack the missile-based computer system and disable the missile. In order to do that, you'll need to go through a number of security layers. Ooh, it's a hacking game. It's like Uplink, I hope. To break through the security systems, you'll need to go through the pink high-tech connector, but sometimes it will need a data about the place to connect to. Okay, so go to the pink thing and know where to connect. Can you keep your country alive? This is an interesting twist. Controls vast attack with L. Okay. The Hewlett-Packard counter, I'm assuming that's what HP stands for, will appear in the lower left corner when an enemy attacks you. Okay, so health points only when we're being attacked. Epic gamer moment screenshots. Actually, this looks very interesting. I think this is what Neo sees when he looks at the Matrix. I just had a moment where I realized that it's not very current or cool, edgy to mention the Matrix because this movie is over 20 years old. Jesus. About the game. This game is the first game my friend and I made using our own game engine made with pure C++. Yeah, it was hard. Why are you doing this? But in the end, I mean, you made an engine. It's not many people can say they made an engine. So already congratulations on having an engine made in C++. We also lost about 17 hours, so there are some known bugs. Oh dear. At the third level, sometimes one of the lines that open the doors won't disappear. Just restart the game. Okay, so I will blame the game when I'm bad at it. Sometimes when you exit the game, it will congratulate you for finishing it. We don't know. It's weird. Well, maybe it has a reason to congratulate me. I will take it. I will take it. When you finish the last level, the game will exit automatically. It doesn't crash. So it's not a crash, it's a feature. Don't worry if the console window will be full screen. It's the way it's supposed to be and you can always press escape. Okay, so full screen console. Updated version. This is the biggest font I've ever seen there on the Ludum Dare page. Better combat system, you can't hold L anymore. Okay, so you could just trick the system. The music doesn't stop. The game ends properly. Apologies, maybe the unicorns I didn't drink when in the chat, not the chat, when reading the description of RedHermit's game where it said it's a unicorn behind you. So unicorn, we have to drink, yeah, let's try Rush Bomb then. Russian Bomb. I don't know why I want to say Russian Bomb. Okay, this was German, ach so, which means oh well. Or there we go, direct download. When something doesn't happen, when you think it does, it's probably because you forgot to do something. Wise words, you can use them for your own shortcomings. There we go, Rush Bomb. And it's, yeah, this looks custom to me. It's an IOBJ and an IPDB file. I have no idea what those are, but there's an exe file and I will click it. And it's in full screen. And let's zoom in even further. How big can this go? This is the biggest console window that I've ever had so far. It's glorious. I've heard there will be music. There is music. There is music. Okay, so let's have a look at the credits. This game was made by Ovid and Gelgavish. Continue to game. Yes, no. Breaking news. Metropolis's government just stated that they'll nuke bomb our country in 48 hours. That they nuke bomb. Oh no, that's horrible. I must stop them. I'll hack their missile bases and disable the bomb. That way our people will live. Apparently I'm a complete idiot. Press, okay, IP default gateway. So, this is helpful. Okay, so moving with vast is good. So apparently we need to collect numbers, or do I have to attack? Pressing F now, nothing happens, so I'm assuming this is good. So is 691 a gateway that you could connect to? Let's find out. Press L to clean errors. Okay, so I have to time it perfectly, right? I'm not quite sure if I hit or got hit. Maybe I should zoom down a little bit further. Maybe like this, that the HP counter will show up. Maybe this works. Okay, HTTP is there. This is very nice. So when I go there, then I have to HTTP probably. This is very interesting. I like this very what's the word, abstract way of presenting things, but it still makes sense in some way. This is nice. So apparently this was that the line doesn't go away, right? You know what? Let's try this again. I think this is what the description was referring to. Please let me know in the chat if I'm getting this right. Does this show up? Yeah, it does show up. Good. Okay, I will try this now again. This was the wrong file. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Yes, breaking news. Okay, let's hack this now. 169. I think 169. Okay, so what do I know? I thought 169 was a valid IP address because it was below 255. Okay, so press L to clean the errors. Cool. Okay, so there we go. Trying this again now, but this line still stays there. I'm not quite sure if this is intended. Still having problems there, or do I need to touch this here first? But I really like that the enemies have both pathfinding and collisions in a game that's essentially being played in the console. This is nice. Yeah. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing things wrong here or whether this is a bug. Okay, so apparently it's one of the bugs then. You know what, I will give this one more try then, and I won't scale up the console. Maybe that's the problem. But what I will try is to use my glass brick. Apparently I'm running glass brick already, to zoom in. But glass brick is utterly Windows and Alt. Yeah, this is what I'm holding now, glass brick. Thank you very much. You know what, I will restart glass brick. Or not use glass brick. How about that? Not using glass brick. Maybe that was the problem. But you probably can't see what's happening. Yeah, maybe we'll use glass brick anyway. Sorry. So glass brick has launched, and glass brick is ignoring my commands to zoom in. So I'm not using glass brick. Yeah, you can't see it if I'm not zooming in. So. But I like this this kind of presentation. It's really something. It reminds me a bit of NetHack actually. But this is literally NetHack. And literally, I mean the internet as a net. So it's not really literally a net. So okay, good. Let's try this once more. Okay, so this worked. Very good. So let's collect the H. Hyper. Next attempt. Yes! Bam. T. Okay, so I think I'm not being able to make it past this level because again, it's stuck and I can't lift the final barrier there for the P. I will try, but I'm really sorry. I'm not going to start it again. But yeah, this is maybe something you want to look at. I don't know what's causing this, but hey, you made your own engine, and everything's there. We go. I didn't. Huh? Did you know that when you hold Shift and Control and use the mouse wheel, that you can toggle the transparency of the console in Windows 10? The more you know, the more you know. Yeah, I'm really sorry that I can't finish your game, but I really like this kind of presentation. I completely broke it now because I think you've redrawing this each time, and now I've just messed everything up by scaling the console. So if it weren't broken before, now it really is. So yeah, I'm really sorry for not being able to fully assess your game, but from what I can tell, I really like the presentation and this very minimalist presentation and overall take on it. And because of that it's being played in your console, it really has this hacker aesthetic in a sense. I mean, in the end, it's like a top-down game, or the good old Rogue, which I still recall, which also looks a lot like it. But yeah, I can't tell what's going on apart from that you're this little thing that's moving around, and it's like I said, it's a top-down game, but it looks like if someone would be looking over my shoulder, they would be saying, "Oh man, what are you doing?" And I would say, "I'm hacking." Because it looks like it. It could be it, right? So yeah, like I said, I like the idea. 2 thumbs up, and another set of 2 thumbs for making your own C++ engine, because if you can, then you should do it. But yeah, really, I have a huge respect for people coding their own engine. But yeah, overall, like I said, I like it. Also, the music was nice. It has this electronic, cyberpunky element to it. It reminded me a little bit of the music of Uplink from Introversion Software, but I'm not quite sure if I'm just connecting this because of the look of the overall game or the overall setting of being a hacker game. Either way, 2 thumbs up, and thank you so much for submitting. And sorry for mispronouncing your name again. Alrighty then. That's my Jim Carrey impression. I always think that I'm very good at impressions until 1 second after I've tried one. Then I realize, yeah, that was a mistake. So let's change here the green to another one. And let's try Adam Waters' game, Area 64. I'm assuming it's a Nintendo 64 game, or if I'm not entirely mistaken, I mean, I could be mistaken, it's a Commodore 64 game. I'm just joking now, but if it's really a Commodore 64 game, I would be laughing out loud. Add-ons, row to sheet. Oh, Gillard writes in the chat, thanks, don't worry, you finished 4/3 of the game. 4/3? So no wonder that I broke it when I was already 1/3 over the entire game. But joking aside, I know what you mean. So okay, it's good that I didn't miss too much. But hey, I just wanted to save the world from utter destruction. So Area 64 by Adam Waters. It was his first Ludum Dare even, and there is nothing else has been filled out in my wonderful form, so there is nothing that I can read out to you. Just paste the link. Sorry. Note, if the text appears to be going off to the bottom of the screen, zoom out of your browser. Okay, so it looks to be like, a Twine game with inventory management. I haven't seen this one. This is something that I'm utterly jealous of right now that I see it. That's something that I could have done for my Twine games. But Maybe next time. Area 64 is a text adventure taking place in the fictional town of Withrop. Withrop? Withrop? Withrop. I will say Withrop. You are tasked with delivering a package to Area 64, a top secret base hidden somewhere in town. The only problems are you don't have anything other than what you can find around town, and you're told to keep the package alive. Whatever that means. And to top it all off, you don't even know where Area 64 is. Man, this is why I'm so happy that I'm not a UPS delivery person, because with the addresses, you never know where someone's where someone is living. There are 6 different music tracks in the game, so make sure to have your sound on. I will have my sound on my head. Why am I doing this? I'm blowing out my ears one day or another, probably sooner than later. Controls. The game's controls are simple. At the end of its passage, just click the link. In order to interact with certain inventory items, you need to click on the relevant button in the sidebar. Okay, so clicking there in the sidebar. The save system. The game comes packed with a save load system. In order to save, press save, surprisingly load, and so on. So we get it after certain types of games overs, you are able to just return to moments right before you died. However, if you get a game over for one of the following reasons, getting caught, fatigue being too high, or torch power running out, you will need to restart the game. So it's a very friendly and nice game, but unless you run out of your resources, then it doesn't help if you go back one step, because it will only save you one step. Alternatively, you can press the little brackets button. What is it? Oh, it's a less than sign at the top of the sidebar. Okay, so this one here, to get back to the previous turn. So yeah, it's a Twine game. If you have played Twine games before, it comes with all the usual trappings. The game can run on most web browsers. The game does not work in Internet Explorer. And why would it want to run in an Internet Explorer? Mistakes. If you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comments. Over 4,000 words had to be written for the game. It's inevitable that I've made a mistake somewhere and didn't pick up on it. 4,000 words, that's a lot. The source code. If you try to view the source code, come a few graphics and tracks, an incomprehensible HTML file titled index. Yeah, it's a Twine game. Twine and Visual Studio Code. I've never coded Twine and Visual Studio. Whenever I read how someone does it, I realize how wrong I've been doing things by. I just copied what I had in Twine, pasted it in Notepad++, where I had a markup for Twine or Sugar Cube, and then copy pasted it, because you can't really do Control Z in Twine. Yes. Music, Bosqua Kjoil. Sorry, what's it? Gaelic pronunciation. Fix a bug where after dying and restarting the game, you would be brought straight back to the game over screen, rendering the game unplayable. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so let's play the game in our browser then. And I will need to take a sip of this, because I will be reading a lot of text right now, and I need my throat to be not too sore. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. It's like a wart with a hair in. It's growing on me, and not in the way you would like it. Okay, so we've read what the descriptions are. Let's turn up the sidebar. Inventory, fatigue, item info. Okay, so there is nothing. Music. Ooh. Restricted area, Area 64. I really like this title graphic, because it reminds me a lot of the graphic that I made for Power MT. So this is a nice throwback, really nice. Okay, so we got some eerie music there. You lay there in bed on the cool summer's night in the small town of Withrop. It's quite a small town, population of no more than 150 people, but despite that it's quite infamous. It has long been rumored that a top secret base was hidden somewhere in the town. Admittedly, you were quite excited to stay in the town for a while after your car broke down, just to see. It sounded so exciting looking for a top-secret base hidden in a small, closely-knit village. However, as you began to see the town, you began to wonder just how true those rumors may be. From your west-facing back window... West-facing back... Okay. You can see almost the entire town, from the ominous graveyard to the ancient post office, from the howling rocky cliffside to the small charming village shop. The thing is, the town's so small, how could the base be here? Alas, it seems to just be another conspiracy theory, believed only by gullible people such as yourself. You can't help but think to yourself that you may be missing something, though. The music in the browser is too loud again. I'm sorry, let me just... Oh, of course, this explains it. I have the desktop audio cranked up to 100. I'm really sorry. Please add me in the chat if something like technical things like this are going on, so that I can spot it out of the corner of my eye. So I hope it's better now with the music. Because I like the music, but of course if you only hear the music, then it's not too cool. Just another gullible people such as yourself. You can't help but think to yourself that you may be missing something, though. Well, there would be plenty of time to explore tomorrow anyway. For now it was time to get some sleep. Your dreams don't last long, though. Just a few hours later you're awoken by a loud crash from the outside. You're ready to brush it off and go back to sleep. You were in the middle of a quite riveting dream about crash. There it is again. No mistaking it now. What could be making that horrible noise? You decide to get up and investigate. Let's go downstairs. Upon descending the staircase, you find Bob, the army veteran who was kind enough to let you stay here for the night, running around the kitchen like a headless chicken. "Oh, you're awake," he says, absent-mindedly, barely even noticing you. He looks terrified. You can just barely hear him mumble the words. "She found me. How did she find me?" "Who found you?" you ask somewhat... Oh, who found you? You ask somewhat worriedly. He looks up at you like he's just noticing you for the first time. His eyes bulge and look of realization, and the look of realization comes across his face. "Listen very carefully," he says. "What I need you to do is take this package and bring it to Area 64. You can't believe what you're hearing. Area 64? You ask. That's not the rumored base, is it? "Well, it sure as hell ain't a coffee shop," is his response. I thought that it was just a myth, is your reply. I'm sorry. Bob looks down at his feet. No, it's a real place. I know, I work there." You stand there with your eyes wide as saucers. But "No time for questions," he shouts. "Get this package to Area 64, pronto! But remember, it's a secret base. Tell no one about it." I'm straining my voice there, I'm sorry. Thank you, coffee, ice cream. "I'll do it." Bob's face is filled with relief. "Thank God," he says. He hands you the package. It feels weird and squishy. "Just one more thing," he says. "Keep it alive." What? Keep what alive? "The package. Keep it alive. Don't let it die." But where? "No more questions. Go! Get the damn thing as far away from this house as you can." Are you not going to help me?" you ask. Bob sighs. After a second, he informs you that behind the locker over there, it's a decoy. If it's getting too close, just throw the decoy and it'll distract it for a bit. But be careful. You can only use the decoy once. Distract... I said no more questions! Now get going! I want that thing out of my life once and for all! So examine the locker in the corner or leave the house? Let's examine. As you approach the locker, you see a small dummy peeking out from behind it. This must be the decoy Bob was talking about. You know what? Let's pick it up. It's a decoy. Now that I'm overthinking the word decoy, I'm constantly saying it wrong. You picked up the decoy, okay. You see the place where you took the decoy from, now completely decoyless. If only there were an infinite supply, huh? Well, you tell me, game. So is anything upstairs? You look down at the comfortable bed by the wall and wish you could be still in there dreaming away. Instead, you're stuck searching for a secret base that may or may not even exist. Excuse me. You're fighting fatigue and want nothing more than to sleep. I sure do. Surely, one quick power nap won't make a difference, right? As you notice, your coffee is sitting on the locker beside your bed. Maybe that can help fight the fatigue. Oh, let's have some coffee. Let's take the coffee. Go for a quick power nap. You know what? I'm not going for a quick power nap. Fatigue 9. I don't know how high this goes, actually. So let's say go back downstairs. Okay, so with each action, this is interesting, my fatigue rises. Which reminds me also a little bit of one of my games so far. Text games. That we have a fatigue. So coffee is good. Good, got it. Should we go to the front door or the back door? You know what? Let's go to the back through the back door. Because the front door must be dangerous. I have a weird feeling that it could be dangerous. As you leave the house, you hear Bob say once more, "Don't forget, keep it alive!" You walk out into Bob's garden. The air feels colder than before. There's something unnerving about the place now. It no longer feels like the vibrant village it did just some hours ago. You listen out for some sort of a sign of people nearby. You hear nothing. Not even the sound of a cricket or a bird. Where did everybody go? As you begin walking, reality starts to set in. You're stuck looking for a secret base that logically couldn't possibly be in a small town such as this. And to top it all off, you're going. I probably structured this sentence wrong. What a situation to have gotten yourself into. Frank says, maybe lower the volume a bit more. Oh, it's still too loud. There we go. I hope it should be a bit quieter, more quiet. It shouldn't be as loud before. If you hop the fence, you should be able to make it onto Atlantic Street. Since that's the way to get further into the town, you might as well head down that way. Should we go to the front? You know what? Let's go back to Bob's house. I will use a save here. Did I save it here? Yes! I saved it just now, and let's go to the front door and see what's happening there. There is only one way to go from Chestnut Street into the village, and that's Atlantic Street. So you begin making your way down Atlantic Street, still clutching tightly to the package, wondering why it had to be you when you hear a noise coming from behind. As you turn around, you see a hideous creature. It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, with its 6 ears, giant paws, bright orange eyes piercing through the darkness. And most frightening of all, its 4 sets of razor-sharp teeth that look like they could slice metal. Should we give the monster a hug or should we run down? You know what, let's save. We don't need to save it, we can always go one step back. Let's give the monster a hug. Well, why the hell would you try to hug the monster? Needless to say, it didn't end too well for you. Game over, you idiot. Yeah, okay, so this is pretty much what I thought, but I mean, text adventures, it's nice trying things out. Okay, so let's run west down Atlantic Street. You're standing at a crossroads. You can head west onto Shop Street or go south onto Federal Street. I'm this close to using my pencil and to draw a map, actually. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat, but there's nothing new there, I think. You know what, let's go on to Shop Street then. You make your way down Shop Street. A number of small shops and facilities line the street. Of note, there is a small village shop and a post office. Both of those places, however, appear to be locked. Maybe you can find something to use to break into them. Okay, so shops are locked. Then let's try Federal Street. As you're walking towards Federal Street, you realize what was so off. It's dark, too dark. All the street lamps are out. You continue your way down Federal Street and soon come to another crossroads. You can hear the howling winds down south by the rocky cliffs and can see a graveyard in the distance down Church Street to the west. You know what? I really like that the street names make absolute sense. I mean, Atlantic Street, it's close to the ocean. Church Street, it's where the graveyard is. This makes sense. Shop Street. You know what? Distance to monster. I haven't seen this before. So apparently we've made we've got some distance between us and the monster. I really like this, that it shows you how close it is or you are. Go west to Church Street. You walk down Church Street and find yourself in the middle of a large square surrounded by houses. Sitting right in the middle of the square is a cemetery. This is interesting. You can't help but think it's a bit weird place for a graveyard. Past here it looks like a dead end. Not much to do here other than explore the graveyard. A strange place for a graveyard, square shaped between houses. Could this be the entrance to the base? So let's explore the northern side of the graveyard. Okay, we got some more distance to the monster. You creep your way into the northern part of the graveyard, careful not to make a sound. It's pitch black. You stumble your way through the area densely populated with graves. Why were there so many graves? You nearly topple over a grave as you continue onwards. Just as you're beginning to wonder what the point of even coming in here was, you trip over something and land headfirst in the dirt. As you look to see what it was, you see a brick laying on the floor. Oh, that could be helpful. As you keep walking, you realize you're nearly at the graveyard south. You keep walking or leave this damn... You can keep walking or leave this damn graveyard. You know what? I want to pick up the brick. You nearly topple over on a grave as you continue onwards. As you keep walking, you realize you're nearly at the graveyard. Yeah, okay, so we got the brick, which is good. Then the package is alive. This is also good. So explore the southern part. Why not? You creep your way into the southern part of the graveyard, careful not to make a sound. It's pitch. Okay, so you're surrounded by graves. Thousands of graves. How do thousands of graves? Huh. You're walking through the graveyard, trying to read the graves as you pass. You're not looking where you're going and trip over an axe. An axe in the middle of a graveyard. Is Jason around? Was it Jason with the axe? I'm not quite well versed with horror franchises. As you keep walking, you realize you're nearly at the graveyard north. Okay, so pick up the axe. We got a brick and axe. This looks good. We're a little bit fatigued, but this is good. At least we got some coffee. You know what? Leave the graveyard and back to Federal Street. And this was the graveyard. You know what? Let's try to bash in the shop windows then. Was this Atlantic Street? Let's go to Shop Street. You make your way down Shop Street, a number of small shops. Okay, break into shop using X or the post office with a brick. You know what? I'm curious what's in the post office. You smash the window of the post office in. Inside you find it's pitch black. The power must be gone here too. You can feel a map on the desk. Unfortunately, it's too dark to read it. Maybe if you got some sort of light source and used it. Okay, so maybe the shop has something. Let's break into the shop. You enter the pitch black shop through the door you just smashed down. Unfortunately, it's too dark to see anything in here. You can, however, feel a torch on the shelf in front of you. Maybe it'll come in handy. Yeah, I mean right now. But apparently this is there anything else in the shop? Can we, oh, so the torch is on and it also has a power meter, this is very cool. What better place to look for clues than a shop like this? Leave the shop. Okay, so the post office now. Use the torch to read the map. As you gaze down at oh, this is cool. At the map, something catches your eye. Just southwest of here, there's a generator house. Maybe we can use that to light the place up again. Okay, so Withrop, established 1938. So just zooming down a little. This is nice. You know what? This map reminds me a little bit of Silent Hill for some reason. The Silent Hill map. Okay, so this helps a lot. It helps to have a map. So here is the post office. This is Atlantic Street. This must be Shop Street down here. The cemetery, Federal Street, and the cliffs. You know what? I'll be taking a screenshot of this now. just to be sure. I've been playing a lot of adventure games that I know it's helpful to have a screenshot. Okay, so this was the map. And where did the generator was? Sorry. Southwest of here, a generator house. Okay, so let's go to the generator house. You run down the narrow path to find it, a small metal building inside of which you should find the generator. Your hopes are dashed, however, when you notice that you need a code to get in. Enter the passcode. My voice is my passport. Verify me. Let's try password. Oh, incorrect. Who would have thought? Well, it was worth a try. You know what? Let's go back to Atlantic Street. How's my fatigue? You know what? Let's have some coffee now. This was good. But that's it for the coffee. Maybe when my fatigue is high again. You know what? Let's save. Let's use this save here and let's try to take a nap. So, towards Chestnut Street, enter Bob's house and go upstairs and have a quick power nap. This is cool. Fatigue went down by 45, so the package is still alive, the torch still has some power, and I still have my decoy, but of course not my coffee. You know what, let's have another power nap. So my fatigue is now at -4. This is wonderful. So it's 0 now. And is there anything else in the locker? No. Let's go to the back door. Distance to the monster. Apparently we've managed to get quite a distance between us. Okay, so let's go down to Atlantic Street and Federal Street, Shop Street. Federal Street and then to Atlantic Street. No, this was where I came from, right? Federal Street and there to the rocky cliffs. There we go. You hear the howls of the wind as you stand atop the rocky cliffs. It looks to be a dead end. You're still clutching tightly to the package. Better not drop it. Then you definitely wouldn't be keeping it alive. The floor is covered in rocks. Maybe you should take one. You know, just in case. You know what? Adventure games, I don't know why, but let's just take anything that's not bolted to the ground. And even if it is, let's try to find a bolt cutter. You make your way back to the cliff. It's not like you really have an idea where you're going anyway. Might as well check out the area again. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going actually. So I can't turn off the torch. I hope I don't need it. Atlantic Street and you also have no tea, says Remco Burima, and I have no idea what this means. Of course, yeah, my inventory. Shop Street, did I miss something there? Enter the shop. Well, there's nothing there. The post office. Yeah, there's the map. Is there anything there? Maybe, maybe that's the code. Withdrop 1983. Let's try this. Why not? 1980. No, this was wrong. There we go. Yes! You enter the old generator room and see it there. Someone jammed the generator. Someone purposely shut off power to the village. Oh well, the generator looks to be in pretty bad shape. You can fix it, but not without a toolbox. Okay, so let's find a toolbox then. Maybe in the shop? No. Atlantic Street, Federal Street. Head west onto Shop Street. Now this is where we came from. Federal Street. Yeah, it's Church Street. Is there anything else in the graveyard? Southern part of the graveyard. No. Federal Street. Oh, the torch begins to flicker and flicker and flicker and die. As the light from the torch goes, the world goes dark. You hear the beast approaching you. In your final moments, you wonder if all this was worth it for some small package. You hear a noise immediately to your left. You turn your head sharply and have your worst fears confirmed. Looking back at you is a pair of bright orange eyes. As you look down at the creature's 4 sets of teeth, you know it's unlikely that you'll see the light of day again. You can drink coffee to lower your fatigue. Didn't you have some in your room earlier? Yes, thank you. Let's go to the saves and load this one here where I was standing at the crossroads. So what we need now is to find the toolbox for the generator, and I have no idea where I could find it. But yeah, let's just keep exploring. That's Atlantic Street. Oh, again, my fatigue became too much. Oh yeah, this was why we tried to what we did before. So yeah, I'm sorry. Let's load this again and go to... Oh no, right. I have first my coffee, then go to Chestnut Street, and there I will go upstairs and have a quick power nap. And then another, while I'm still having my torch on for some reason. And is in the front door, is there something? No, enter Bob's house. The back door. I'm examining the locker again. Yeah, I'm just trying things out until my torch runs out of power. Again, just attempt to try to find the toolbox. So yeah, apparently there's nothing there. So Atlantic Street, Federal Street, church. There's nothing in the church. Maybe on the cliffs. Pick up a rock. Yeah. What can we do with the rock? The rocky cliffs. Oh, there's the toolbox again. You know what? Let's load this again. Have the coffee. Get back to Chestnut Street. Sleep twice. Power nap and power nap. Wonderful fatigue by -10. Okay. And we go to the back door. Atlantic Street. Federal Street. Rocky Cliffs. We pick up the rock. And the Rocky Cliffs again. There we have the toolbox. There we go. And I will save now in this slot here. And now we go to... Was it Atlantic Street and then Shop Street? Again, I'm very thankful for you sensibly naming all those streets where it makes a lot of sense. There we go. So, into the post office, the shop. No, we want to the generator house. And now I know it. It's 1938. And now we can fix the generator. The generator hums loudly as it provides power to the town. Okay, so my torch is close to dying, but... Make your way down to Shop Street. You know what? I will save again and see how far I can make it with my dying torch there. And the distance to the monster is now 45. This is not too good. Okay. You know what? Let's go to the church again. Was this Federal Street? Church Street? Yes. And... Let's explore the graveyard there. Pick up the decoy, huh? Did I drop it? No. Power back on, but the distance to the monster is 52. With the power back on, you see something glinting on the floor. It's another decoy, just like Bob's one. Yeah, this makes sense. As you keep walking, you realize you're nearly at the graveyard north. Okay, so let's pick up the decoy. You picked up the decoy. And... let's explore it here. Oh, pick up coffee. This is good. But again, my torch is closely to dying and I don't know how I can switch it off. Yeah, let's pick up the coffee. It's always good. And drink the coffee. But the torch is... Leave the graveyard. Middle of a large square. Sitting right in the middle is square. I don't know where to go from here, but I will make another save now with just 14% power. Go back to Federal Street I will try the rocks again. Why not try the rocks? Oh my god, there's still something there. You see a small object glinting off the newly restored light. With your torch in hand, you illuminate the object. It's an old key. Someone must have dropped it when they were here for a stroll. Okay, let's pick up the key and go to Federal Street. With 8% power, this is not good. This is really not good. You re-emerge on Federal Street. Where will this one... Where do I need the key? Church Street. Let's try Church Street. And the northern part again. And southern part. And then the power is out. Damn it. Okay, so this was not good. So I will just load this one here with 15%. And let's look at the southern part. Or was this where I just... You know what, let's load this again. I try to have my mental picture of where my save states are. Or at least where I have saved everything at what stages. Okay, so let's try this. That the cliffs again, and there was the key. And now I will save it again under 6. And with 7% power, I just try my best to try the cliffs yet again. Okay, so there's nothing there. So let's load this and go to Atlantic Street and Shop Street. Let's try Shop Street again. And let's enter the shop. Looks like the key you found on the cliffs was for the shop's storeroom. There looks to be a large red ladder in there. This is good. Take the ladder and go, and we've ran out of torch power. You know what? You know what? Let's do this the right way. You know what? I will restart now, and I won't be reading everything again, but I will try to maximize now my run through that I have a little bit more to spare. Okay, so let's begin the game and try this again. Are you sure you still need the torch? You fix power so the street lights work again. Apparently I need the torch. Apparently the game is very adamant that I have the torch with me and it's working and I can't even switch it off. So it must be an actual torch, not an electric torch. So I'm just standing there with the torch while I'm taking a power nap twice. Okay, so apparently I can't skip this intro here, which is very moody, but again, it's a little bit annoying when you try to redo things, but I can talk over it or at least have some more coffee that I don't get fatigued too much, because I've been streaming for 2 hours and 42 minutes already to YouTube and Twitch. Who would have thought it works? What I really like about text adventures is if you look at the presentation, it looks just like, oh, it's like text, it's like a console. How could this be ever engaging? And then you read 2 or 3 paragraphs, and if it's written well like this one, you're instantly in the zone and start thinking in terms of what's possible in that story. So I'll do it! So, and let's save here. Delete my first... Oh, you know what? Let's delete all the saves and do this the proper way. So this was the first save. So let's examine the locker and pick it up. Then let's go upstairs and take the coffee. Good. Then let's go to the back door and onto Atlantic Street. And no, we won't give the monster a hug. We go to Federal Street and then to church and examine the graveyard and pick up the brick and the axe. Go to the Church Street and Federal Street there to Shop Street. Or maybe we could hit the cliffs, because we might need the rock, and cliffs again. The toolbox, this is so much easier now. And Atlantic, Shop Street, there we go. And let's get the post office window with the rock and brick. Oh, the shop with the axe, and pick up the torch. Now we save. Cool. Then... Oh, this is nice. We have 2 options with what we bash in the post office door. This is good. So my fatigue is at 82, so I should watch this as well. Use the torch to read the map. You know what? Probably we don't need to read the map now, because I've already memorized the code. So, can we go to the generator house? Yes, and now we'll have the coffee. 1938. Fix the generator, leave the house. And now my fatigue. You know what? Let's go to Chestnut Street and have a quick power nap. Twice. Because you have to be well rested for this. So go back downstairs, go through the back door, Atlantic Street, and the church, right? I will save again. Federal Street, Church Street, northern part, pick up the coffee. Thank you, coffee. Southern part, pick up the decoy. Wonderful, wonderful. Then leave the graveyard, back to Federal Street, the rocky cliffs. Now we got the key. Back to Atlantic Street, Shop Street, into the shop. Let's take the ladder and save. Good, okay, there we go. Now what? Now what? You make your way down Shop Street. A number of small shops. Of note, there is a small village shop and a post office. Both of those are places now easily accessible thanks to your quick thinking and robber-like tendencies. Sorry that I overlooked this at a certain point. I just don't read the descriptions anymore because you really want just see what new options are open to you this time. So yeah, we get a ladder. Where can we go with the ladder? Maybe let's try the cliffs again, that we can descend the cliffs. This is what I'm thinking now. So it's Federal Street and the rocky cliffs. Yeah, use ladder to reach a ledge on the cliff. As you descend the ladder, you can't believe your eyes. There right before you, where the rock walls should continue, is a large metal door. There's no doubt in your mind, this must be it. You've just found Area 64. Save, 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 save. I'm a safe scammer and I'm not even the least bit embarrassed. Go inside. You make your way out into a small metal-plated corridor. The corridor contains nothing but the door you just came through and another door at the end. It seems so obvious now. Of course, this is where the base would be. The only way for the base to be well hidden in a town as small as this is for the base to be under the town. I've always thought that it was under the town for some reason, but maybe it's because I just read way too much. You take one last look at the door behind you and look back at the one in front, the package still squirming around in your arms. Only one way to go now. Go through the door. You enter into a giant circular atrium. It must be at least 20 meters in diameter. 20 meters, let me just, that's, it's not 7 feet, it's the other way around. Just let me, it's about 60 feet, I think, for my American viewers. You see a man in a white suit walking towards you, his face expressionless. Did you find him? He asks. This time you don't need to ask what found Bob. You know. You inform the man that his suspicions are correct. His face remains expressionless. I assume you've come to give us the package? He asks, not even looking you in the eye. Yeah, that's why I'm here. But what was the thing back there? What's in this package? And what's this place for? You get your answers, but you're not sure you wanted them. This, the man replies, is Area 64. It's a testing facility for all kinds of weird creatures. That thing outside is one of the things we've been monitoring. If you manage to clone her, just think of the uses it could have in war. She's normally harmless, unless that is, you have that package. What's in the package? You ask again. Her child, is his response. Bob's job was simple. Steal the child, bring it back here in the morning so we could dissect its brain. Only the damn thing's motherly instinct appears to have led her right to him. Your job now is simple. Hand me the child and we can get back to work soon. He finishes. The weight of the situation hits you. You feel the package wriggling around in your hands. It can't be more than a baby. With all this on your mind, it's time to make your final decision. Reunite the monster with her child or give the child up for the greater good. The choice is yours. And as always, when there's a big choice in video games, let's save this and try both. First, I want to reunite the mother with her child, because that's the right thing to do. You don't need time to think. You know what's right and what's wrong. That's just what I said. You turn around and race back to the door you came through, burst through the corridor from before, and up the ladder again. You can hear people behind you running after you. You make it back to the cliff top and hide in a bush. You see all the agents running past you now. Aren't the brightest agents. When the coast is clear, you find the monster and set the package down in front of it. All ferocity seems to be gone from the monster. She picks up the child and off she runs into the night. You kept the package alive, even at risk to your own life. You got the good ending. This is nice. Now let's have the bad ending then. Of course, yeah, it needs to dramatically fade in the paragraphs. But overall, I can already say I like this. This is a quite big and extensive text adventure for a gem game. I must know I tried something like it, and I don't think I had this much text as you had. This is very something. I like it how moody everything is, and also with the music, it's very well fitting and woven together. And what I also like is that, of course, it makes sense if I have the ladder that I can descend downwards and so on. So this, and I don't say this lightly, this is almost logical for an adventure game. So let's give the child up for the greater good. You don't need time to think. You know what's right and what's wrong. I like this. The package has a monster in it. It's for the best if it's killed now. Besides, who cares about the repercussions in war? You'll be on the winning side. One more thing, the white-suited man says. He then pulls a revolver out of his pocket and aims directly at your forehead. We can't have you going around telling everyone about this place. You know too much. It's time you were silenced. By the way, there's a quotation mark missing there. And those will be the last words you'd ever hear. The package you just moments ago offered for slaughter. You'd fail at your most basic command. Keep it alive. You failed to keep the package and in the end, yourself, alive. You got the bad ending. Oh, this is very nice that in the end, that you've kept it alive, but of course this means that you need to carry through and keep it alive throughout the game and even after the ending. So this is very nice. Thank you for playing the game. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to rate it over on Ludum Dare website. Completion percentage 80% and with just 20% lacking. I think I will call it a day for now. Oh, you know what? Maybe just one more game from the RNG 2000. What do you think? Should we just to round things off today, that I'm finishing on something that is not of one of my patrons. But yeah, like I said, overall, a very, very big, surprisingly big text adventure for the time that's allotted. And interestingly, this inventory that you have here in the sidebar, and this is so clever. I wish I would have had thought of something like this for my Twine Games Power MT. And what was the Sacrificial Trail? This is very, and I like that you can click there. And you know what? I didn't even use the decoys apparently because I missed 20% of the game. But overall, 2 thumbs up. And you know what? I can close now here the screenshot. Man, this is so Silent Hill. This is so Silent Hill. The chat is awfully quiet. In the space of 1 minute, we've slept 3 times and visited the cliffs and several streets. Sorceress is still referring to my playthrough over on Twitch, I think. So, you know what? I said I would be streaming for 3 hours, and I've been streaming for 2 hours and 54 minutes. At least this was YouTube is telling me. So let's, for the last time, I wanted to crack my knuckles, but they don't crack anymore. Let's fire up the RNG 2000 one last time today and see what it chooses for us. Eggs with legs. Why not? It's CSV line 15. Eggs with legs. And I can already see, because it got a weight of 2, that it was by a Ludendar first timer. Where the hell is my Chrome? There we... I will never learn. I will never learn. So let's look for eggs. Eggs. Eggs with legs. There we go. I can close this now. Row to sheet. Eggs with Legs by Teto and Ciaran, Teto and Ciaran. Sorry. Anything else you want to tell me? Oh, by the way, let's copy the link to the game in the chat there, and also on YouTube. Whilst it was my Teto first game ever made, it was Ciaran's 4th Ludendar. This is great. So Ludendar first timer and a 4th timer. We didn't get to finish by putting a winning scream at the end, but still super happy with what we've managed to achieve in the time. I drew over 100 individual graphics. 100 graphics, wow. Okay, this is already a feat. I drew like 3. Okay, so no screenshot there, so this is going to be a complete surprise. Welcome to Eggs with Legs. The farm chicks are upset with their eggs being stolen. They want to keep their babies alive. There we go. And it's up to you to rescue them. Retrieve as many eggs as you can, but watch out for the farmers. Talk to the mechanic mother chick to buy parts, get repairs, and bank eggs. I want to take this sentence here out of context and, I don't know, put it in a very formal written email or even on paper with a letterhead of, I don't know, government office, and just send it out to random people as an instruction, because taking this one out of context is so funny. Controls. I didn't know that you can make what's the word, tables there on the Ludendare page. I will so steal this for my next Ludendare game. Didn't look too closely at the markup. Okay, WASD is move, mouse is aim, left click is shoot left gun, buy item, right click is shoot right gun or sell item, and E is interact, talk to chick for parts and repairs. Excuse me, get on the truck to move on to next level. Okay, so collect the stolen eggs. Oh my god, this coffee thing is not too friendly to my intestines. So collect the stolen eggs, protect them from bullets, exchange eggs for parts, repair regularly, plan your parts as replacement, save the chicks, save the world. There's a little post-mortem apparently. Our first game made together as a pair and the very first game ever for Teto, after having only picked up drawing and animation a week and a half before the jam. So at least you didn't do it during the jam, but that's quite a short time to prepare. But I'm assuming you were still stoked and completely in the zone when the jam started. We may have been a little too ambitious, as always, but learned a lot as we went along. Worked like a mad for the whole 3 days and produced a ridiculous amount of content, although there were a few bits we had intended to include that we had to cut out, as always. Written code and SFX all done by Ciaran W, graphics and level design by Teto, animation concept and everything else was an awesome joint effort. Tools, Godot, graphics, Krita, sound Audacity. Thanks for playing and enjoy. Show E interact marker even when not in range. Hook up unconnected egg splat sound for basket hit. Fix egg counter slipping under 0 when losing eggs you didn't have. Add extremely simple game over notification. It's always nice. Oh, it's an HTML5 game. It's always nice if the game has some kind of feedback to your actions. Most of the time it's going to be the game over screen, and I also learned this the hard way, that I think the first thing that I do when I have my basic mechanics in is a ending screen and the starting screen and a fail state, just to get the game done and then just keep iterating. So let's run the game in full screen, and it probably has sound when there is a notification of sounds being exchanged. Stream is still healthy, YouTube is telling me, and I can see myself talking also on Twitch. Wonderful. Okay, my god, is this small? Apparently this game was not made with intended for 4K screens. You know what? I will close this game now and start it again. Can I zoom in like this? Yeah, it doesn't really help much. You know what? I will do it the hard way, and please cross your fingers for me, because again, live on stream, I will be changing the display resolution to HD. That it doesn't get this small, and then we can enjoy the intro again. Yeah, this looks much better. Discard, no, not discard changes, you idiot. There we go. Oh, I didn't click discard changes. I'm a double idiot. Okay, so let's try this again here. Eggs with legs. Full screen. There we go. Hi there, this is my wife. She's a bit mad. Losing her marbles after they keep stealing her eggs. Apparently they want to eat them. It's a lot of animation. Please help us. We're tired or tried stealing, but they keep taking them back. We have no choice but to defeat the thieves. Help us to keep our babies alive. Can I also move? My wife is a great mechanic. Made that suit a while ago. She's too distraught to build anymore. Bring her eggs and maybe she'll cheer up. Okay, so now I can walk. When I turn this over to full screen, it still walks. Okay, so the walking feels already quite nice, and I can see there is a lot of effort already with the animations and the drawing. So okay, so I spot one egg here already. Is it an egg or is it a chick? Again, I don't know how to pick it up. E is not working. Was it space? No. Left, right. Yeah, maybe I'll figure it out. There's also something here. It's a chick. Or okay, so the farmer is shooting. Then I will try to run past the farmer there. There are many farmers there. And I think I haven't read the instructions carefully. Yeah, I'm almost dead. So yeah, game over. Talk to my wife for free repairs. Yeah, I think I'm doing things completely wrong. By the way, I love those particle effects. Okay, how do I restart this? Apparently, good old F5 trick. Yeah, doing things wrong. So WASD is move, mouse is aim, left click shoot, or buy item, sell item. Do I need to buy a gun first? Because I can't shoot anything, but let's try this here. Okay, so machine gun, flamethrower. Oh, chicken, looks like you're running a bit short on eggs. There are a few extras, so don't feel left out. 25 eggs. So let's get a pea shooter and a shield and a basket. I have no idea what this means. Into battle. Okay, so this is where I can store my weapons. This is very nice on this ring menu here. By the way, this ring, it's not a ring menu, but this ring turns there with my mouse, which is good. So, okay, so I need to buy a basket first to get the chicks in there. This is helpful. So now that I have my chicks here, let's get the pea shooter and stick it there. No, okay. Okay, apparently I sold a lot of things. Pea shooter. Okay, so no. I can't afford it apparently. I have no idea how this works. So okay, so the red things are my side armaments, and the others here are shield or so, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, let's try this. Okay, now I can shoot with my right mouse button. Okay, so this was a little bit hard to understand. How much damage do those farmers take? Okay, good, but at least I managed to get some more chicks. Can I get those crates here? Oh man, I like this, that the crates have some, even some physics. But I think I just squished a poor chick there. Okay, by the way, this turning, this mechanic where you can twist your head or whatever this is, I really like this. So okay, let's make a run for it. How many eggs did I have saved? Just 4. Yeah, this is not really much. So yeah. Come on, die. By the way, those projectiles are very small. They're very hard to see. I mean, it's cool that they cast shadows and so on, but yeah, like I said, it's really hard. Maybe make them just utterly too big. So, but let's collect some chicks here. 3 of 24, 4 of 24. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job there. Is there any music, by the way? I just hear sound effects. The typical Minecraft sound effects of picking something up. But 70% and it's still smoking. And not in a good way, smoking. So there is, this guy is telling the intro again. So I got 13. 13. What can I get for 13? Can I get another? You know what? I just pick another pea shooter, maybe. So now I have, this is nice. Now I can shoot twice. So this is left and right mouse button. Now I understand it, how this is supposed to work. Good. So I'm just bashing my mouse buttons now. Good. And now I can get those chicks. This is good, and I don't like this plumes of smoke rising. Because it feels like I'm already close to dying, but it's okay. So what's here? Oh, there they are again. This is good. So I just got repaired there, and I could spend my 7 eggs. Yeah, I'm not going to spend my 7 eggs. Hey, but this is really cool that I can, that those guys show up more times. Or not just that I don't have to return every time just to go up there. So by the way, is there anything up there? Yeah, there's a barricade. So I thought I would be stumbling across some kind of Easter egg. Pun intended. Okay, so there's the next barn, and there's a lot happening in this barn there. Okay, so I'm just trying to make my rounds there and going back and forth, and good, this was good. And now this farmer is closing in, so I better deliver there my eggs or my chicks. 12. Can I buy a machine gun? 40, a flamethrower. Yeah, that's quite steep. Okay, so 24 means is how many chicks I can carry, I think. Oh, look at this. I can shoot through between there. Okay, and so can they. So this is not too helpful. But man, those guys are very much into their eggs if they are willing to defend them with arms. But I really like this robot chicken suit. It's also shaped like an egg. I mean, this is nice. It's a bit as if Iron Man would be running around in a suit made that looks like an embryo, right? Oh, damn it. Okay, so it's very important where you position your baskets. Was there another one? No, this was just one. It's very important where you position your baskets on this ring that you move around. Because when it gets hit, of course, the eggs are gone. I'm still a little bit confused by what counts as eggs, because they look like chicks, but apparently they are eggs. You know what? Can I zoom in? No, I can't zoom in. Let's try glass brick one last time. You shoddy little software, why do you work sometimes and why don't you work sometimes? Glass brick is running. And when I'm hitting the shortcut, it doesn't work. So apparently those are little eggs. They're just going up or up and down or back and forth and with little sparkles. And to me, it looked like they were little chicks already. So, by the way, this is quite a big game. Quite a big game. So let's buy some shields, more shields. But actually I should just save up on machine guns or something. Oh, you know what? I was just clicking frantically. If I just held the mouse buttons down, I would also be able to shoot. Okay, so I can see the amount of art necessary for all those assets there on one hand and angles you would view those characters. Only gripe that I have is that the movement is a bit slow and that it feels now that I'm having a lot of damage currently. Oh, look at this. Can I shoot? Yes, I can. Huh, they don't see me, but I can shoot through the fence. This is very helpful in this situation here. This is very helpful there. And I think I'm just gaming the system right now. What's lacking a little bit, like I said, is it would have been nice if the game would start you out with one basket and already the pea shooter or something. Because as you've seen, I've had some troubles understanding how this game worked. Okay, so one egg is already gone and my shield is at 60% and I don't like those plumes of smoke. So 15 should be no what we save up, maybe I can make it. But 40 or 20 even, man, this is a lot of eggs before anything happens. The other thing is I would have liked the movement to be a little bit faster and the projectiles to be a little bit bigger. But I'm not quite sure if the game was intended to be played in full screen, even in HD, because apparently I'm not triggering the enemies there. Okay, so I've already been here apparently, as is evident by the corpses floating in their own blood. Yeah, the level seems a little bit too big, but of course you need to space to maneuver when you're in a fight or something. But so far it feels like you're like here you have to walk quite a distance without anything happening. And I must know because my game has the same problems, especially in the tutorial level. So I got 29, but for a machine gun I need 40. So yeah, I'm just going into battle. But I really like this way of where you place on your belt, essentially where you place your baskets and your shields. This is very nice, so that you can, it's not just point and shoot, but you can also strategically point or turn your ring belt, I don't know what's it called, turn your turret that it doesn't hit something. So, okay, into battle, and let's go to the next level. So, you made a lot of levels. I can see new assets here with all those little stalls. So at least, you know what, I'm very thankful of that you carry over all the eggs that I already collected so far. Because if you would have started me out at 0 again, it would have been a little bit cruel almost. Why can't I take up those? Okay, still got not enough because they keep just being hit. Yeah, no, I need those. Damn it, just Just make it back so that I can at least try out the machine gun. Good, so machine gun there. I can sell this one and get the machine gun. Into battle! Yeah, this looks to be much, much better. Okay, so there's another egg, but I'm not caring about this. Yeah, now this is fun. This is much more fun. That I'm finally able to really defend myself there. But I would have enjoyed some kind of dash button or run button or something, because right now that I'm just collecting those eggs up, a little bit, yeah, it's missing something. Or maybe have some more obstacles to move around, just anything there. So 70%, 65%. I also like this, the recoil there. Another thing that's throwing me off a little bit is those plumes of smoke, because being a GTA player, I always assume if something is smoking profoundly like this, then it's almost done for. Okay, now the machine gun really helps a lot. I should have invested in it much sooner. But it really feels like now that you have much more power. But are there any new enemies, by the way? Or it's just the farmers there? Yeah, it's. I mean, if you just look at this screenshot here, it's it's carnage. So okay, moving through obstacles there, trying to get to the eggs. Come on. Yeah, with these physical boxes, this is quite interesting. But it, like I said, the level feels a little bit too big. And I want to heal up now, but I also dread to just go back to the beginning where I could heal. So this is why I'm just trying to see how long I can make it here. Cool. Okay, so oh good, there we are again. I'm not going down there or trying to go down there, just legends speak, one lives everyone in a box, they can't move and their eggs are taken. Yeah, another thing, I would have liked if I could just click to the next line of dialogue, because I felt like I was missing quite a bit now. Okay, I'm not spending any money now or any eggs now. I don't know why I'm using eggs there. Okay, so what the hell is going on here? Ah, okay, so those are chicken farms, right? And now I need to liberate my chicken brethren and sistren. And I should have invested in much more eggs. But okay, it works if when I only have just one machine gun, I think this is possible. But it's interesting that so many people here are armed to the teeth. But it's good also that I'm standing here next to those that can heal me. So I'm just gaming here the system. But yeah, like I said, it feels like it's going on a little bit too long, actually. But on the other hand, of course, it makes sense that there is this huge warehouse with all those captivated little chickens there. Okay, good. So it's cleaning up now. But I can see what you mean that you drew over 100 assets. It's quite a lot, yes. So Actually, this is quite horrible if you think about it, but it looks like to be some kind of prison here. But I mean, this is exactly the point, right? That should come across. Okay, so those are also cages with chickens in them, right? So I need to liberate those as well. How about those? Anything up there? No. Okay, so I think that's all of them. I hope. Can't stop until every chick is free. Yeah, I thought so. But I still don't have enough. Did I miss one chick? Can't stop until every chick is free. Did I miss any? Is there one hidden? Apparently not. Or there? Yeah, I'm not quite sure where, what I missed. Is there anything in those crates? Apparently not. Yeah, actually, right now I'm at a loss at what I should do, because I have the feeling that I've liberated all the chickens there, and right now it feels... Oh, sorry, I was just hugged over there. Thank you. Was that it, or wasn't it it? It. Keep it alive. Huh. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I managed to beat the game or not, to be frank, because I don't see another chick around there apart from me being one inside this suit there. Or is there a secret door, a secret trap or anything? Apparently not. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I just beated the game. Yeah, if I just beat the game, or I came across a glitch or did something that was not as intended. Who knows? But yeah, overall, I can see the amount of effort that you put into all those graphical assets. And yeah, you've heard my feedback while I was playing. Like I said, it was very puzzling at first what to do, because I couldn't shoot or anything. So it would have been nice if you started me out with this pea shooter already in a slot and maybe a basket, so that I could collect stuff, and then when I was in the shop I would realize how this works, because I would already see the basket and the pea shooter in their respective slots, something along those lines. And like I said, the levels are maybe a little bit too big, too spacious, and maybe find another enemy type or so. Maybe one that throws grenades or something with splash damage. I'm just spitballing here, but yeah, it felt a little bit samey overall. But still, it's quite a feat doing this in just a couple of days and at this scale and size. And like I said, I'm not quite sure what I did wrong there in the end. Okay, so I give this 2 thumbs up and half a bottle of coffee, by the way. Yes, so far I think this is it. Let me just tick it off there in the browser that I just closed. Never mind that. But let me see what's happening in the chat. So apparently nothing. So let me switch over to the full camera. It is I in big again, so this is better for the image composition. Yeah, again, thank you so much. This is part number 1 of me playing your Ludum Dare 46 games. I will continue doing the same next Sunday, same bad time, same bad channel, and hopefully also on Twitch and YouTube. Apparently this worked, so I'm quite hopeful that I can get this to work next week as well. I hope this was entertaining. This was not too long, not too boring. I managed to do 3 hours and 24 minutes, YouTube tells me, so I think this is a good time as any to call it a day for now. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'm just checking the chat now if I'm missing something. Man, the lag that I'm having there on YouTube and Twitch is interesting, because I'm at different places in time right now. Cool. Then let me have another sip of coffee while I monitor the chat. Cheers. Sorceress writes, thanks for streaming. It has been a long one today, and it really has, and I'm so very grateful that you all stuck around with me trying to play Ludum Dare games. Again, I'm happy that I've only had technical difficulties with the very first one, so we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will try now to finish the stream here. I'm not quite sure how this will go, so if you see me just picking my nose without lights on, apparently I didn't manage to finish or end the stream properly. Apologies for that already. So like I said, yeah, again, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope I see you again next week, and I hope you have a great week, a great evening. Right now it's half an hour past midnight where I am, and I've had way too much coffee, so I'll still be up late until the early birds come out. Again, thank you for watching, and see you next week. And now where's the stop streaming button? There we go. Oh no, of course I need to say thanks for watching.